For over 30 years, Carter Insurance and Investments has provided the Union County area with quality and competitive products for life, health and disability insurance, as well as Medicare supplements. As an investment advisor representative, Carter Insurance and Investments can help you build an investment plan that's best for your financial situation. To learn more, stop by and meet our friendly staff. We're located on Young Harris Street across from the post office in Blairsville.
For years, your source for sales, parts, accessories, and service for golf carts has been North Georgia Golf Carts. Now they're at a new, more convenient location. Owner Rick Goddard and staff are there to assist you with all your golf cart needs. They sell and service all types of golf carts, from E-Z-Go to Club Car to Yamaha. And they provide pickup and delivery for any service work. That's North Georgia Golf Carts, now located east of Young Harris near the intersection of US Highway 76 and State Highway 17 North. When you combine quality products, excellent customer service, and the best prices in the area, the result is Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing. In business since 1963, Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing has served the surrounding area with a variety of home improvement supplies. Everything from vinyl siding in many colors, trim pieces, shutters, soffits, vents, and accessories. Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing, located west of Blairsville on Highway 515.
Locally owned since 1980, Leon's Flooring is your full-service flooring store with the largest showroom in the area, guaranteed to save you money with over 50 years of total sales experience. The folks at Leon's Flooring are experts in ceramic tile, carpet, hardwoods, and vinyl, located at 568 Murphy Highway in Blairsville, next to the Mexican restaurant and across from Mike's Seafood. Leon's Flooring, call them today at 706-745-9433. Oh, and by the way, say hello to Diesel while you're there.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
For years, Bitter Creek Market has been the best little market in the mountains. Now they're even bigger and better with additional room for specialty foods, vegetables and frozen foods. But don't worry, Bitter Creek Market still has the best selection of quality meats in the area. Their professional butchers prepare the best cuts of meats daily right on site, and Bitter Creek Market grinds their own sausage using only quality cuts of meat. For the gourmet cook, Bitter Creek Market has a wide selection of high-quality food items. And don't forget Bitter Creek Market's Deli. Stop by for freshly made sub sandwiches and pork barbecue smoked right on site. They even have homemade potato salad. And they have picnic tables by the creek for your dining convenience. Bitter Creek Market is open Monday through Saturday. Come by and see the friendly staff today. Bitter Creek Market, the best little market in the mountains.
Who are you chasing? I'll take his brother. He's a big old boy. He's a big jumper. I'm not fighting fair. That's no. You can't fight fair. No, you can't fight fair. That's a big old joke. What about mom and dad? They ever come out in town? Mom and dad, they ever come out in public? A little bit. A little bit? Not a lot. No way! Oh!
And welcome again, Panther fans, as we bring you Week 2 football from high above Union County, Blairsville, as our Panthers still soaking in a terrific Week 1 victory over Fannin County, gets set to take on the Indians of Lumpkin County, a rivalry that has been resumed after a 4-year layoff. We've beaten these guys 4 years in a row, dating back to the Mancuso-Cole Wright era, but it's a brand new day, and these Lumpkin County Indians are not your grandfather's Indians. They're pretty good this time. They've got a couple of 60-point victories, one in the preseason game and one in last week's victory over Riverside Military. So this is not going to be a game where we are necessarily going to run them right out of the building, although we certainly hope that we do. Jeff Batton is my name. I'm going to be joined in a second by Spencer Mathis as we continue carrying Union County football, now loud and proud, for 10 years all over the state of Georgia. And we are glad that you're settled in listening to Panther football tonight. It's an exciting start to the season. You'll get to hear it in a second as I interview Coach Michael Perry. But in my 10 years of doing this, I can remember 2 or 3 other games that were as thrilling wire to wire, particularly at the end of the game, as last week's victory over Fannin County was. Just to bring you back up to speed, if you missed some of that, we were down 7-0, scored a couple of touchdowns, one late in the game. They got down deep into our territory with just a couple of minutes left. It looked like they might score, but our defense bowed up and played terrific goal line stand football. We shut them down on the last play of the game and salvaging that 14-7 victory over our biggest rival, I guess you would say, which is Fannin County right down the road in 5-15, on 5-15. Union General Hospital is your community caregiver. They've been the primary radio sponsor for the Panthers now for as long as we've been doing this, 10 years. We appreciate what Ms. Daniel and Nokomis Bradburn do to support what the kids are doing down on the field in our broadcast on Friday night. We are in a slight weather delay. If you followed us last week, you'll know that we were about 40 minutes late getting going. We did get the game in, obviously, and it looks like we will tonight, too. But there was some word of lightning earlier. I'm not totally sure if that happened or if it pushed back the game. Well, I guess it did push back the game because the kids were not allowed on the field for 30 minutes after this happened. And by doing so, I think the Lumpkin County coach was like, hey, we're going to need a little bit more time to get out there and warm up. So we are looking to start this ball game at 7:45, which is by the clock in the end zone, 34 minutes and some seconds away. So a very slight delay, but we will make the pregame as entertaining as possible. RidgelineTV.net is the place to stream the ball game visually, or you can watch it tomorrow on YouTube or at RidgelineTV.net. Tomorrow you can go there, as I always do, around noon on Saturday, and hopefully John Moon is up from a wild night and has posted the game by noon. Sometimes it's noon on Tuesday, but usually it's noon on Saturday. And John does a terrific job and continues to add technology and improvements to the games. This really is a first-class production, and we're proud to be aligned with John and RidgelineTV.net. I'm going to bring Spencer Mathis into the broadcast in just a second. First, I want to thank Garland Johnson back at the shed for keeping us on the air, and we appreciate what Garland has done all these 10 years as well. Well, it's my pleasure every week to get to talk to the head Panther, and that is Michael Perry, now in his second year and 1-0 at the start of the 2022 season. And he was an excited guy this week after last week's victory over Fannin County. Here's a little bit of our conversation from earlier today.
A signature win for the Union County Panthers, 14-7 over Fannin County. Still celebrating that one. Joined by Michael Perry. Coach, I've been in the press box calling the Union games for 10 years, and I can't remember a bigger one. This is a signature win for the program and certainly a signature win for you as you begin your career at Union County.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff. It all goes to our players and assistant coaches. They did a great job getting us ready to play. Our defense did a tremendous job, our defensive staff. I was really proud of our offense. I mean, the weather was awful. Not having a scrimmage and no turnovers on offense in that kind of weather, and with a brand-new starting quarterback. Very proud of those guys.
Well, I want to pick up on that thought. It's not that you did it, it's how you did it. You didn't have a scrimmage. Playing against a team that's 2 straight years of a deep playoff run, you've got wet conditions, and yet it was just about, and it might have been, Michael, mistake-free football.
Played very, very clean, which you would never expected to not have a scrimmage game. But I think it's just a testament to the preparation all the guys put in. I mean, we had a great game plan. So, yeah, it all came together.
Well, we would have never said this last week because, of course, we are eternal optimists. But really, I figure Fannin was a 17 to 21 point favorite in that football game for all the reasons that we just talked about. This has got to be bringing you a surge of confidence and the kids a surge of confidence that they could have never gotten without a win like this.
Oh, definitely. It's a heck of a way to start off the season, and none bigger than being able to beat one of your biggest rivals. Very good. Coach Cheatham over there has done an outstanding job. But now it's about turning the page, and the big thing is getting rid of that and then handling and getting worried about Lumpkin County.
Well, we still like to brag on the last week, so give me just another couple of questions on.
Sure, yes, sir, no problem.
On what was a terrific win for all of us who are aligned with the Panther football program. Jensen Goebel, okay, so he had a drop early in the game. It wasn't a huge drop, and didn't think much more about your wide receiver play. And then he makes 2 outstanding catches in traffic, maybe more, including the touchdown pass where he's twisting and turning as he's grabbing it. Talk about just the ability for him to come back and make 2 of the plays that he'll remember for the rest of his life.
Jensen's such a great kid. And if you remember last year, he missed a lot the later half of the season because he had a torn ACL. So him coming back from that injury, we didn't have him until almost at the end of July, I believe, coming back. But it's just a testament to how hard the kid works. He had an outstanding game. He was definitely our offensive MVP. That touchdown catch he made is one of the best catches I've ever seen in high school.
Given that it was the first week, given that we were having a hard time throwing the ball because of how slippery it was, how hard it must have been to catch. Absolutely heroic effort from Jensen Goebel. Now let's talk about the defense and the stand at the end of the game. You've got a young man named Leon Cohn who saves a touchdown on the kickoff, but they're deep in your territory, and from there, you shut them down.
Yeah, our guys bowed up. It was like a stone wall down there. And number 8 for Fannin County is a very, very good football player. But for us to make those stops when it mattered, I'm sitting there thinking they're going to take a shot. They're going to pass it. They're going to pass it. They won one of those plays, but they never did. Our defense just stonewalled them, and super proud of those guys.
Well, we could talk about that game for another 30 minutes, but let's move on to Lumpkin. That's a program that's been down the last couple of years, but now indications are that maybe they're a little bit better. What are we looking for tonight against Lumpkin?
So in their scrimmage game against Banks, they scored 61 points, and against Riverside, they scored over 60 points. So offensively, they're much better. They've got a very good scheme that's difficult to defend, spread option concepts. We got to play assignment football, make sure we have somebody on the dive, quarterback, and pitch at all times. And if we don't, it could be big trouble. Big thing is playing disciplined football on defense. And then offensively, they do a lot of different things defensively. Caden's going to have to do a good job of recognizing, seeing what they're in, and taking advantage of it.
All right. Well, Michael, congratulations again on your first big win as the Union County football coach, and more to come, hopefully starting tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Blue Ridge has a surgical office that you can count on and trust. Union General Surgical Associates. Board-certified general surgeon Dr. Clifford Thompson brings over 30 years of medical experience along with a passion and commitment for helping his patients. Union General Surgical Associates is located at 21 Kimberly Lane, Suite A in Blue Ridge. To book an appointment, please call 706-946-1910.
Check out Sunrise Grocery in Blairsville. Not only the oldest business in Union County, Sunrise Grocery was also named the most charming general store in the South by Southern Living magazine. Swing by and snag some world-famous peanuts, local produce, and goods, not to mention Jason's highly sought-after photography and Jessica's homemade soaps and candles. That's Sunrise Grocery in Blairsville at 7568 Gainesville Highway, 706-745-5877.
Get your prescriptions filled in minutes at Brasstown Pharmacy Drug and Gun in Blairsville. Flu shots, the PCR COVID test, regular COVID test, or antibody test today. Brasstown Pharmacy is your go-to pharmacy for curbside pickup, personalized compounded medications, and more. And we're loaded with a full line of firearms, ammo, and gifts. Brasstown Pharmacy Drug and Gun is the best bang for your buck behind McDonald's in Blairsville. Call or text 706-745-2303.
It's tough enough right now to pay the house bills. Forget about the IRS. Oh yeah, the IRS. You're still getting letters about your unpaid taxes. Debbie Snelling at North Georgia Tax Solutions in Blairsville hears it every day. Her advice? Wouldn't it be a good idea to settle now when your assets and savings are lower? Think about it. Debbie does it every day. That's getting tax relief for her clients. Call 706-745-3856 in the Food City Plaza.
Hi, welcome to the Aviator Cafe. What can I get for you? Okay, you want our buffalo chicken quesadilla. Care for your drink? Okay, a buffalo chicken quesadilla with house wing sauce and a large salad. That'll be up in just a minute.
The Aviator Cafe in Blairsville, serving up inventive breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials to chase that hangry stomach away.
So, how is everything today?
Everything was great. I had a bear of an appetite when I came in.
The Aviator Cafe on Highway 76, where you come in hangry and leave happy.
All right, Panther fans, welcome back. We're 26 minutes away from kickoff, week 2 here in Blairsville, Georgia, as we welcome the Lumpkin County Indians to town. If I'm not rooting for the Panthers, I'm rooting for any team Spencer named Indians. I figure, you know, A, we're honoring our area, and B, we are not catering to the okay, let's keep politics out of it, but I think everybody knows where I'm going here. So I'm a fan of any Redskin or Indian team around, but tonight it's all about the Union County Panthers. We have been on the upside of this team our last 4 games, but before we get into a previous history and what Lumpkin brings to the ball game tonight, let's rehash the last quarter of last week's victory over Fannin County, 14-7. You and I both talked on the air that this was a game that Fannin County was probably a pretty good favorite on paper. We hadn't played a scrimmage game. It's raining like crazy. We've got an untested offensive line. You figure there are going to be fumbles and turnovers and false starts and every kind of penalty known to man, and we didn't do any of that. Tell me how, in your mind, we were able to win that game.
I think that, I mean, Union County's offensive line did a great job in pass protection, not the greatest in the run game, but going into like the end of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, you really saw Caden Tanner settle in at quarterback, and he started throwing a lot of great passes on hitch routes. And I think in this game today, they're going to want to get him settled in a little bit earlier than they did in the last one, but it looks like we're not going to have rain on hand, at least at the start of this one.
No, we've got clouds, and the heavier clouds seem to be looking off to the west toward Blood Mountain, but it doesn't look as scary as it did this time last week. We've got clear skies looking, or rather to the east, I should say, is the Lumpkin County way. Upward to the west, we're looking a little bit better. But back to the football game, you make a good point, because Union County really was going nowhere offensively for the first part of the third and the fourth quarter, and you've got to give Michael Perry credit for figuring out how to move the ball, because Brailer just we were not running the football at all.
Yeah, and the defense, Thomas Nelson's defense in a week 1 game, we spoke about it in the previous broadcast. It was absolutely incredible. Only gave up 7 points. We knew they were going to run the ball. We knew we had to make the tackles. And our DBs and linebackers and safeties all came up and made huge plays throughout that game, with Sam Page getting the final tackle to close that one out in the 14-7 victory.
So Union County, Lumpkin County football, about 24 minutes away from the opening kickoff. I was talking about Braylon Rader, a brand new player to the program, and Coach Perry is understandably high on him. He's a good athlete, but he had a tough sled last week, and I would like to see the Panthers get him going a little earlier.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. He ended the game 10 for 15 yards, but on the first drive of that game, we saw Braylon Rader get going. The run blocking kind of went a little bit more downhill once Fannin figured out that we were going to have to run the ball a lot because the ball was slippery for the first start of Caden Tanner's career in high school. So I think we'll be able to get the run game going a little bit earlier, and maybe even Caden Tanner a bit earlier than we did in the previous game versus Fannin.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Lumpkin side of things. I know you've been boning up on them. We're going to get to your featured interviews for the Panthers in just a second, but before we do, tell me what Lumpkin brings to this ball game tonight, Spencer.
Lumpkin's going to be a team that runs the ball a lot. They only threw 5 times in week 1 versus Riverside, but they scored 61 points. They ended up winning that game 61-7. So we're going to see a lot of triple options here. Faulkner's going to be their main focus, along with number 32, Mason Solons. Solons ran for 121 yards and 4 touchdowns in week 1. So the Panthers are going to be looking out for number 32, Solons, throughout this whole game.
Got a pretty good crowd starting to file into the Mike, as they call it, Mike G. Colwell Memorial Stadium here in Blairsville. Obviously, there is a lot of excitement in the Union County community after last week's victory over Fannin. It was such an important victory in a lot of ways. A, it gave the kids confidence. B, it kind of gives the community confidence too, Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, last year the season didn't go as planned. They did end up making the playoffs because it's not very difficult to make the playoffs in the division we're in because you only have to go just under 500, maybe at 500. Right. But they ended up 4-6 last year, or 3-7 actually last season. And starting off with a victory against Fannin County, who's one of our biggest rivals, always has been and always will be, was absolutely huge. And with that being the border battle, a lot of these fans took notice of that. And you can see that we've got a lot of fans here for this Friday night game versus Lumpkin.
Talk about a couple of defensive guys. Sam Page, who was awesome last week in that victory, made the game-sealing tackle. Wilson Walker was all over the place. A couple of new kids. Nolan Thompson made an incredible tackle from behind. There was a good, fast kid about 10 yards ahead of him, and Nolan tracked him down. There are 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 kids on that defense last week that could make athletic plays.
Yeah, and these guys, a lot of these guys are new. If you look back at the previous years, we always had trouble in pursuit, but Nolan Thompson made up about 15 yards of ground to make a huge tackle. Liam Cohn made the tackle at the 20-yard line on the Fannin kickoff return that could have tied the game up with a minute left, and that really saved the game. And then Sam Page, as we mentioned earlier, made the final tackle. And Union's defensive back, safeties, linebackers, defensive line all around played great under Thomas Nelson's defense in game 1 of year 2.
Well, you're talking to a couple of kids that made an impact in last week's game. Tell us who we're about to talk to, Spencer.
So the first one is Cooper Ashcraft. He had a lot of tackles in this game. He had 10 solo tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and a sack. A great performance. Chris used to call him Larry Bird. Absolutely stellar performance from the linebacker. And then the other one is Jensen Goebel, who made the first touchdown catch of the season. Caden Tanner's first touchdown throw of the season as well, to tie the game up at 7 at the end of the third quarter versus Fannin. So these two kids played a very great game last week, and Union County's 1-0. Thanks in part a lot to these two players.
All right, well, let's take a listen to Spencer getting to know those two players. He had a chance to talk to them just yesterday.
Spencer Mathis alongside junior wide receiver Jensen Goebel of the Union County football team. Jensen, you caught 6 passes on Friday night's win against Fannin County for 45 yards and the game's first touchdown. How exciting was it to beat a rival like Fannin County?
Honestly, just a great victory in general, but we just needed the win, like I said, at the end.
And Jensen, after missing a large portion of last season, how does it feel to be back out there at the start of the 2022 season?
Oh, it feels great. My knee feels fantastic, and I'm just ready to go. I just can't wait to keep on moving forward and just see how it goes from here.
All right, and final question for you, Jensen. What excites you the most about this Panthers offense heading into year 2 of Coach Perry's offense?
Honestly, just our leaders we got. I mean, like, we got people all over the ball that just can do anything. I mean, we can go, pass, run, it don't matter.
Spencer Mathis alongside junior linebacker Cooper Ashcraft of the UCHS football team. Cooper, you had 10 tackles, 1 sack, and a team-leading 5 tackles for loss in the season opener. How much more confident do you feel going into year 2 of Thomas Nelson's defense?
It's a lot more reassuring I'm just flying around having a good time out there.
Your defense stood up and made large stops all game long in crunch time. What do you credit as the main reason for the defense's success in a Week 1 victory over a rival team?
I just kept telling them to have fun. We were just flying around to the ball, having fun. After every play, I would just tell them, like, we're out here for a reason. We're out here to have fun.
How difficult was it getting adjusted to the pace of a regular season game after the scrimmage versus Chestatee was canceled on the previous Friday?
It's a lot different than practice, a lot more fast pace. It's completely different than practice, actually. Like, you got to prepare yourself for that. And the nerves coming in the game is a lot different than just going into practice.
All right, thank you very much. That was Cooper Ashcraft of the Union County High School football team.
If you've got a nag...
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Nelson Tractor Company of Blairsville. Nelson Tractor Company has been providing value to our customers for over 60 years. For over 30 years, Carter Insurance and Investments has provided the Union County area with quality and competitive products for life, health and disability insurance, as well as Medicare supplements. As an investment advisor representative, Carter Insurance and Investments can help you build an investment plan that's best for your financial situation. To learn more, stop by and meet our friendly staff. We're located on Young Harris Street across from the post office in Blairsville. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Bitter Creek Market and Deli, providing the best quality of meats in the area. Located between Young Harris and Blairsville. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Union County Farm Bureau, proud sponsor of Union County football and the Georgia High School Association.
For years, your source for sales, parts, accessories, and service for golf carts has been North Georgia Golf Carts. Now they're at a new, more convenient location. Owner Rick Goddard and staff are there to assist you with all your golf cart needs. They sell and service all types of golf carts, from E-Z-Go to Club Car to Yamaha. And they provide pickup and delivery for any service work. That's North Georgia Golf Carts, now located east of Young Harris near the intersection of U.S. Highway 76 and State Highway 17 North.
Get your prescriptions filled in minutes at Brasstown Pharmacy Drug and Gun in Blairsville. Flu shots, the PCR COVID test, regular COVID test, or antibody test today. Brasstown Pharmacy is your go-to pharmacy for curbside pickup, personalized compounded medications, and more. And we're loaded with a full line of firearms, ammo, and gifts. Brasstown Pharmacy Drug and Gun is the best bang for your buck behind McDonald's in Blairsville. Call or text 706-745-2303.
Welcome back, Panther fans, as we get set for Week 2 action. Georgia High School Association football. The Union County Panthers hosting the Lumpkin County Indians. Both teams 1-0 after victories last week. We have some experience with the Lumpkin County Indians. We played them a whole bunch of times. I think it's just like Fannin. We played them 30, and it's about split down the middle, I think.
Yeah, and the last matchup these two teams had was 2017 in a game that they won 31-24. Cole Wright had 230 rushing yards, and we have not played them since. So that was the final game of the 2017-2018 season, and Union County prevailed by a score of 31-24.
I'm actually off a little bit here. The Panthers have beaten the Indians 24 times out of 40, and the series dates back to 1961. As you just said, Union's last loss came in 2011, and then we won the next 4 games, 2014 to 2017. I'm trying to remember names. It gets harder when you hit your mid-50s, but we had a player named Sam Gilbert on our team. You remember Sam? He had long, flowing Zeus hair coming out of the back of his helmet. And we were at Lumpkin County. This must have been the 2015 game. And they threw a little ball over the middle. He caught it, and he just about was killed. I mean, they just about.
I do remember that.
And it took every bit of 10 or 15 minutes to get him off the field, into an ambulance, his head strapped to the board. I tell you all this with the happy ending that he ended up, being just fine and coming back the rest of that season and being a key wide receiver for that team. But in doing that, the player that hit him was thrown out of the game for targeting, which was good news for us in a win-loss perspective, but it was even better in that he was their starting quarterback. So they lost their quarterback and they lost a key defensive guy and gave us a first down on a play that we needed it. We ended up winning the game. I think we ended up winning that one 28-14 when we were tied 14-all at the time. But that is a standout memory. It was the hardest hit on an unprotected player that I've ever seen. You were not there. You were there for that?
I have seen that play, yes. I have seen it. I wasn't there for the play, but it is on YouTube, and I do remember seeing that. It was the definition of a hospital pass, but you do run that risk whenever you're a slot wide receiver, and he was a great receiver for Union County, but if I remember correctly, the guy that hit him stood over him and flexed a little bit as well, so.
You know, you're absolutely right. He did stand over him and taunt, so he was thrown out of the game for that too. Get a little darker out here in Blairsville. I would say there's more dark cloud cover than there was 10 minutes ago. I'm not seeing any rain necessarily, and goodness knows nobody has seen any lightning, or we would have shut the broadcast down and put another 30 minutes on the clock, which happened a couple of times last week. So we're definitely crossing our fingers with 13 and a half minutes before this 7:45 kickoff. We would obviously be underway by now, but the lightning sighting that we had back in the 6 o'clock hour has pushed this thing back, as the Lumpkin County coach, according to our sources, said, you know what, we need more time since you didn't give us a whole lot of time in the pregame that we normally get. That's what is happening. Garland, we're going to quickly go to the coach's interview as we head into another timeout. It's Union County football, brought to you by Union General Hospital and 95.1 FM.
For years, Bitter Creek Market has been the best little market in the mountains. Now they're even bigger and better with additional room for specialty foods, vegetables and frozen foods. But don't worry, Bitter Creek Market still has the best selection of quality meats in the area. Their professional butchers prepare the best cuts of meats daily right on site, and Bitter Creek Market grinds their own sausage using only quality cuts of meat. For the gourmet cook, Bitter Creek Market has a wide selection of high-quality food items. And don't forget Bitter Creek Market's deli. Stop by for freshly made sub sandwiches and pork barbecue smoked right on site. They even have homemade potato salad. And they have picnic tables by the creek for your dining convenience. Bitter Creek Market is open Monday through Saturday. Come by and see the friendly staff today. Bitter Creek Market, the best little market in the mountains.
Union County Panther football broadcast brought to you by Carter Insurance and Investments in Blairsville. Serving the area for over 30 years. Best of luck to the Panthers.
When you combine quality products, excellent customer service, and the best prices in the area, the result is Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing. In business since 1963, Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing has served the surrounding area with a variety of home improvement supplies. Everything from vinyl siding in many colors, trim pieces, shutters, soffits, vents, and accessories. Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing, located west of Blairsville on Highway 515.
Union County football is brought to you by Joyce S. Kemp, DMD. Providing family and cosmetic dentistry to the Blairsville area. Best of luck, Purple Swarm. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by North Georgia Golf Carts. Providing a full range of sales, accessories, service, and parts. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing in Blairsville. Proud sponsors of the Union County Panthers.
If you've got a nagging sports injury, then Union General Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is ready to get you back on the field. Dr. Jacob Sturton, Dr. Ronald Macbeth, and physician assistants Brian Haas and David Zollinger are currently accepting new patients at their office. They can help with everything from a sports injury to knee or shoulder pain. If you want to get back to living and being active, call Union General Orthopedics and Sports Medicine at 706-439-6858.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Leon's Floors, located in Blairsville, offering sales and installation of carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and tile flooring. Union County football is brought to you by the North Georgia News, providing news and sports coverage to Union County for over 100 years. Go Panthers!
Over the last 4 years, and Spencer, you had a great time here. You weren't in athletics necessarily, but being in sports and being around sports, this is really what gets you jacked up on Friday night.
Oh, 100%. Nothing's better really than Friday night football. I put it above of the NFL whenever you're at the game. In terms of the game feel, the atmosphere, I feel like this is the best in all of sports because it's just fun to see the crowd get as riled up as they do. People of all ages just love football, and they'll come out and support the Panthers regardless. And this year they started off 1-0, so huge for the fans.
This really has the makings of being a memorable season for the team. You and I talked about this last week, Spencer. You know, after we got past Fannin, you know, we've got Lumpkin. You would think that we have a better than even shot of winning this game tonight. Towns County is a team that we've done well with off and on over the last 5 years. Armucci is a question mark so far, but West Hall, Banks County, Providence, those are teams along with East Jackson that we ought to square up pretty evenly with. And next thing you know, we get into that Athens Academy Fellowship Christian run at the end, and we're looking at 7-1, 8-0. I know there's a lot's got to happen for that to happen, but you know, it's a very optimistic, encouraging way to start the season.
Yeah, I see it the same way as well. I feel like the Fannin game was the most difficult before Week 9 and Week 10, and Union County won it 14-7, played a game in which they didn't have very many penalties. They didn't turn the ball over, and they won the game with clean, hard-nosed football.
Starting to get more sunshine coming back over the west side. of Mike Colwell Stadium, which bodes well for the start of this game in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Don't forget, you can listen to Georgia Bulldog football on our sister station, WJUL Lake 97.7, starting up a week from tomorrow as Oregon comes to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, and the Georgia Bulldogs, preseason ranked number 3, will be ready for the Ducks in Atlanta next Saturday. You can listen to the game. We'll have the pregame at 11:30 next Saturday morning, and then of course the football game kicks off at 3:30 on your voice of the Georgia Bulldogs, WJUL. That's our sister station at 97.7 FM. Well, we've got the captains now coming out. We've got our purple tops, and I love these new gold bottoms that we've invested in. The captains again this year are Nolan Thompson, or no, rather that's Wilson Walker. We've also got a captain, Gage Barnes. He had a very nice game for the Panthers last week. And number 67, Noah Helton, is out there as a captain this week and getting ready to do the ceremonial pregame coin toss with the captains for Lumpkin County. We won the toss. We lost the toss last week and ended up receiving it first. We had a hard time moving the football for the first 3 quarters of the game, and then, as we talked about in the open, did much better once we went to a kind of a more controlled passing attack where we went underneath and kind of dribbed and drabbed them for 10 yards at a time, Spencer.
Yeah, they were good from the 20 to 50 yard line, but every time they got to midfield, it was just absolutely a stall out. And I think 4 or 5 drives in a row, Union County started at midfield and just couldn't move the ball at all, actually moved backwards a couple of times. So Union's going to want to move a little bit more forward in this game, and I think they'll do so.
All right, they just flipped a coin, and I've got my binoculars trained on the captains, and let's see who looks like Union is going to receive. Union is going to receive the kickoff here in 1 minute and 40 seconds. We're getting pretty close to running through banners. We've got a Lumpkin County banner on the right side. We've got Mountain Made, a very beautiful design put together by the artistic kids at Union County High School. And now everybody on their feet as we get ready for football week 2 in Blairsville. It's traditional that the visiting team comes through first as we're waiting for Lumpkin County to bust through their beautiful banner with a headdress of their mascot, the Indian. And here come the Lumpkin County Indians. They've got a pretty full crowd on the far side. Most of the aluminum stands are full, and they've got a good band representation tonight. And we are seconds away from Mountain Made football, and here they come. Got a great crowd tonight here in Blairsville. Pretty tough to find any sitting space in the aluminum stands here right below us on the 50-yard line. The sun is moving out. We're more optimistic and encouraged about getting this game on time at 7:45 and having no weather interruptions between now and the end of the 4th quarter. Jeff Batson, the voice of the Panthers. Spencer Mathis, my co-host for 2022, and very glad to have him here as we are seconds away from teeing it up in 2022, and it's a great season to be a Panther. It's hard for an incoming coach, Spencer, to win your first year. You know, Brian Allison had his problems in both of his stints. He didn't start off so hot, and then, you know, after 2 or 3 years, he really got that engine revving in the mid-2014s, and we became a really good football team 5 or 6 years ago. Michael Perry, a down year last year, 3-7, 3-8, including the playoff loss, and now all indications are that he's got this thing going.
Yeah, and Coach Perry, a very advanced offense that he runs, and of course it's going to take the players a little bit of time to learn it, but Caden Tanner settled in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and we saw that live. We could see him settling in, and he led the 2 game-winning drives, and I think we'll see a little bit more from him in today's game. No rain to start, and that's going to be huge for the Panthers. They're about to start off on offense.
All right, well, the players are on the field. Griff Young and Jensen Goebel are back standing at the 10-yard line. Jensen more at the goal line, and we're getting ready to kick off with Lumpkin County in their white tops. With 12 minutes on the clock, we're ready to go. The fans on their feet. You can hear the excitement below me. We got the student section up, hands held high, and we are seconds away from Toe Meets Leather Week 2 2022 football. And away we go. And it's a good kickoff. It'll be taken at the 11-yard line by Griff Young. He's got some blockers ahead of him. He's got a hole. He's still running over the 30 and dragged down short of the 40-yard line. Griff Young making good things happen on the very first play in this football game. And he's going to give Quarterback Caden Tanner, pretty good field position to start things off. Right at the 39-yard line is where the Panthers will begin week 2.
Yeah, the Panthers special teams has been playing very good through the first, of course, just the 1 week, and then right there you saw Griff Young get out to the 39. But the last time he touched the football was a 45-yard gain on the final Panthers offensive drive. So he can really do it all, and the Panthers special teams is looking good to start the year.
Connor Shucknut is going to be the starting running back tonight. Don't see Rader out there, at least so far. I'm sure he'll get his reps as the game goes on as we await the first offensive snap. And we're going to throw the ball near side. It's going to be caught by Goebel up to the 40-yard line, breaks a couple of tackles, puts his head down, all the way to the 48-yard line. That'll be close to first down yardage for Jensen Goebel, who was the Panther of the week last week, and for good reason, caught 6 balls.
Yeah, and a nice job blocking there by Griffin Young on the right sideline on the bubble screen, and picks up 9 yards, 2nd and 1. Big play to start off the game, and you see Caden Tanner throwing it on play 1, which we didn't see last week.
We know a lot about the Lumpkin offense. We don't know much about the defense. They have held their last 2 opponents to impressive outputs, but again, Banks County is not the same as Union, or at least we hope. Now Shucknut up the middle. He's got first down yardage. He's over the 50, near the 45, stood up at the 47-yard line of Lumpkin County, and that'll move the sticks for the first time tonight as the Panthers pick up a first down.
And these 2 Panther running backs in Shucknig and Braylon Rader are just super good runners, and they break 1 or 2 tackles every single run. You can see it there to start the game, and first down already in Lumpkin territory.
Downfield blocking has been good so far. We're going to talk about the kids on the offensive line in just a second as we await a 1st and 10. Ball at the 47, shotgun snap, going to throw the ball quickly, and it's going to be incomplete on the far side. Ball just out of the reach of Griff Young, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Want to brag on 5 kids on the line: Mayo Collins Spiva, Ethan Stringer, Alex Godinez, Cody Meeks, and Noah Helton. They are your starting offensive linemen, and had tremendous weeks last week. Not a single fumble, and you just can't say enough about their contribution to our victory last week. Now we've got to stop and play as the Panthers are in disarray momentarily, and they're going to take a timeout, and that will leave them with 2. We've got 1 minute off the clock so far, Spencer, and so far moving the ball a lot better than we did against Fannin last week. If that's any indication that we're getting better, or maybe we're not playing such a stout defense, a long way to go.
And what I like to see in week 1 out of the Panthers offensive line was their ability to pass block. I mean, you really didn't see Tanner under very much duress in this game. He, of course, wasn't settled in his first couple of drives all the way up to the 3rd quarter. He was a bit happy-footed in the pocket, but he really settled in, and this Panthers offensive line played a key factor in Caden Tanner's success in the latter half of that game.
Players back on the field after the Panther timeout, and it's 2nd and 10 at their 47-yard line. Sun continuing to come out. Really pretty night here in Blairsville. Now a little give to Griffin Young on the inside, and he's up over the 45 near the 43-yard line. That's going to be short of a first down. A little inside give on a toss to Griff Young, coming around left tackle. Got a couple of good blocks. Picked up 3 or 4 on the play, and that's going to leave us about, 5 yards for the first down. Just barely into the football game. No score from Blairsville. It's Lumpkin and Union. They call it the Battle of Blood Mountain. John Moon here tonight as well, streaming the ball game visually if you'd like to see it. And now on 3rd down, back to pass is Tanner, going to throw the ball high over the middle, high lofting pass, up for anybody, up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted by Lumpkin at the about the 11-yard line. That's a defensive back named Harper Davenport for the Indians, and Caden Tanner threw that thing up in the air like it was a punt. I think he probably would like to have that one back.
Yeah, and a big blitz there from Lumpkin County. I don't think Caden Tanner was expecting that. That's really the first time he's seen that much pressure in his face, and he makes a pretty big mistake there. Threw it up into double coverage, and Griff Young really didn't have a chance to do anything but play defense.
Give the kid credit, Davenport for Lumpkin. He had to go up and bring that down for Lumpkin, and he did. So here we go with Lumpkin. They run a triple offense. But this time they've just got a solitary back. They're going to give the ball up the middle. No, they're going to keep it this time. Flag on the field, and he's tackled at the 16-yard line after a pickup of 5. That's Seth Rutan making the play, but I have a feeling this one is coming back. It was a pretty quick flag.
Yeah, it looked to me like David Heredia jumped offside there.
Oh, okay. Maybe on us then. Yeah, they're talking to Lumpkin as if the flag is on us. Now they're going to pick up the flag. No flag on the play, so give him the yardage up to the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Lumpkin. Their starting quarterback was projected to be Cal Faulkner. Awaiting the snap. Now going to roll out, looking to throw the ball, plants. Now coming back the other way, he's under pressure. We're trying to get an angle on him. He's up to the 25-yard line and pushed out of bounds. That's Cooper Scott, number 18 in the roster, who's going to pick up a first down for Lumpkin. Ball up to the 26-yard line. He planted as if to throw and then reverse course. And we didn't have any contain there. It didn't look like Spencer, and he was able to get to the first down and then some more to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, and in week 1, Cooper Scott didn't attempt the pass, so we were expecting either Cal Faulkner or Mason Hester at quarterback, but instead we got number 18, Cooper Scott, starting this game for Lumpkin County.
All right, so well-executed play from Lumpkin. 1st and 10 with a couple of minutes off the clock. Cooper Scott, as I said, the quarterback. And he's back with Mason Sullins, who had a big ball game for Lumpkin last week. They almost got us a jump, but no flag. Now a man in motion for Lumpkin. Going to keep the ball, Scott, and he's going to be tackled hard for very little gain, if any at all, by the middle of the line. I'm seeing number 66, Lane Lance on the play. And Cooper Ashcraft, who you spotlighted Spencer in the opening, also there for the tackle for the Panthers. Ball at the 25-yard line. No gain at all for the Indians on that play.
Yeah, and that option play is something we're going to see a lot of in this game.
All right, so Scott back with Sullins. Now Sullins changes sides. Going to give the ball to Sullins up the middle, and he's going to be tackled for 2 or 3 yards. It's Cooper Ashcraft again. And they didn't get much there either. They're going to spot the ball at the 30, Spencer, and they've got to get to the 36, so 3rd and 6 now for the Indians. 4 wide receivers out, 1 setback. Scott trying to draw him offside. Panthers alert to that by now. They've almost gotten us twice. Sullins a big kid, so is Cooper Scott, stout quarterback. Shotgun snap, going to throw the ball far side. It's going to be caught at the 36-yard line, now over the 40, and that will be enough for a first down. Well-executed play by Lumpkin that time. Is going to get him a first down. Sam Page on the coverage for Union.
And a really strong throw there by Cooper Scott. Wilson Walker jumped up, nearly got a hand on it, but just went right between his hands for the first down.
42-yard line is where Lumpkin has it. They look pretty good so far. Throwing and catching and running. Ball out of bounds, stops the clock. 8 minutes left in the first quarter, no score. We've had 1 possession, and now they are working on their first possession, Lumpkin County. So now they're going to give the ball around the near side and cuts back over the 45 to the 46-yard line before we tackle him. A few yards that time, but not a big gain for Lumpkin. Looks like Griff Young was there to help make the play, along with number 14, Sam Page. Ball at the 47-yard line after a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5. As now it starts to darken up again. Shotgun snap. Give the ball to, no, they're going to keep it himself. Quarterback Scott, and we sniffed that one out well. And he got up to the 50-yard line. I see Gage Barnes wreaking havoc in the middle there from his linebacker spot. And that's going to bring up 3rd and short for Lumpkin. Ball at the 50. First down marker at the 48-yard line. Lumpkin working quickly, not in a huddle. So here's a big play on 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can stop him here. Shotgun snap, give the ball to Sullins. He's got first down yardage and then some as he's tackled over the 45-yard line by Griff Young rather. Mason Sullins, who ran for 4 touchdowns last week, looks like a punishing back so far.
Yeah, the Indians are moving the ball really fast right now, and I expected to see a little bit more running. They've already almost thrown half the passes they did in week 1.
Hayesville on the losing side of their game so far. They're down 7-0. Garland Johnson keeping us up to date back at the ranch. Now 1st and 10. Going to keep the ball. Scott going to throw the ball over the middle. It's caught at the 30-yard line, and now he's running toward the end zone, and he's going to go all the way in. That's a touchdown for Lumpkin. Number 1, Cal Faulkner, who is a jack of all trades offensively for Lumpkin, caught a little ball in the middle of the field. I guess Scott kind of slung it sidearm style and faked the heck out of everybody. And then he broke a couple of tackles. Give all the credit to Faulkner. He went in for the touchdown, and that's a, is that a 35-yard touchdown for Lumpkin? So they're on the board first with the PAT pending.
And Cooper Scott there with a beautiful throw from a weird arm angle right in the slot, and he hits his receiver for a 35-yard touchdown, and Lumpkin County's ahead 6-0 early on.
That was a nifty play for sure on both ends, throwing and catching. PAT is good. 6 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Panthers trailing 7-0 to Lumpkin back at 60 on WJRB.
Locally owned since 1980, Leon's Flooring is your full-service flooring store with the largest showroom in the area, guaranteed to save you money with over 50 years of total sales experience. The folks at Leon's Flooring are experts in ceramic tile, carpet, hardwoods, and vinyl, located at 568 Murphy Highway in Blairsville, next to the Mexican restaurant and across from Mike's Seafood. Leon's Flooring, call them today at 706-745-9433. Oh, and by the way, say hello to Diesel while you're there.
Check out North Georgia Water Sports in Blairsville for all of your watercraft wants and needs. Offering inventory loaded with new and used watercraft, including Avalon, Tahoe, Tracker, and Sun Tracker boats. Whatever you want, they got. North Georgia Water Sports also offers a service department with highly trained technicians during all business hours. Don't forget to winterize your boat at North Georgia Water Sports. Call 706-835-1222. Visit NorthGeorgiaWatersports.com or stop by 2132 Murphy Highway in Blairsville.
Thanks to Mark and the staff at the Hole in the Wall restaurant for being a part of the Panther broadcasts in 2022. Lumpkin leads at 7-0 on a 35-yard touchdown pass to Cal Faulkner. And away we go with the ensuing kickoff. And it's a good one that is going to bounce over everybody's head and roll right through the back of the end zone. Griff Young and Jensen Noble not expecting that one as the wind whipping up here in the press box in Blairsville. I can't figure this weather out. Every 5 minutes it changes. Right now it's windy and rain clouds over the top of us, but it has not opened up yet, knock on wood. Panthers look good on their last offensive possession until we threw an interception that very well may have slipped out of Caden Tanner's hands, or maybe, as you said, the onslaught of the blitz. He just wasn't able to get a good grip on the ball, but it kind of worked out as a long punt. But they moved the ball 90 yards to score the game's only touchdown. Now on the first play, we're going to swing it out this side, and here is Goebel, and he's got a good pickup over the 30-yard line. Be close to him. Yeah, it's well over the first down mark to the 32, and that's a play that so far is working. We've run that already, and I think Michael Perry and the offensive staff thinks that maybe they've got some grazing, some good grazing over here on the near side. Picking on a kid. First and down Panthers. First and 10 Panthers. That's correct English. Shotgun snap. Give the ball up the middle. Bowling ahead to the 36-37 yard line is the Panther back. That's shook up again.
Going back to the Lumpkin County interception, Harper Davenport also had an interception in week 1 versus Riverside. So he's got 2 interceptions through 2 weeks so far.
Having a hard time with kids named Davenport. Their starting quarterback last week was a pretty good player. About halfway done with the first quarter. We trail at 7-0. It is second down, and now an immediate flag going to be on us, and we jumped. And I think that is the first time that I have seen an illegal procedure, a false start, against Union so far this year.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen that and the flag not get picked up. And they'll be a little bit further back now. But on that first drive, they were moving the ball very well until the Caden Tanner arm plant on 2nd and 10.
So the Zebras will mark it back to the 32 and bring up a 2nd and about 11, 10 and a half. What a great crowd here tonight. Blairsville is buzzing over the Panthers, and they should be. All right, shotgun snap now to Tanner. Quick out again to Griff Young, and this time Griff drops it. Was looking ahead, Spencer, without the bread in his hands.
Yeah, on that one, you really didn't see very much blocking, so I was maybe expecting if he makes the catch there, it could have been like a trick play or something, but I think maybe they were going for something like that, and that's why he was looking ahead there.
Maybe he just knew they were coming. It's tough to be a wide receiver on an island with no blocking. Catch the ball and know that you're about to get hammered. All right, so 3rd and 10 now for the Panthers as we try to keep this drive alive early in the first quarter. Snap down, 2-step drop. Here's Tanner. He's under pressure. He's going to tuck the ball away. He's got a couple of blocks. He's over the 50-yard line, down to the 40, and slung down short of the 35-yard line. And the first offensive big play of the game belongs to Caden Tanner.
And
ripped one off for 30 yards.
The pocket footwork there by Caden Tanner was nice. He maneuvered out of an enclosing pocket and gained 30+ yards on that play. So huge play for Caden Tanner, and they're in plus territory once more.
Well, you remember he was an effective running back behind Logan Helcher last year. He can certainly carry the football. Now we're going to get the ball to Shooknick, and he's over the 35, 34, 33, and still fighting, and gets slung down. And now Lumpkin is saying they have the football, and the referee, they haven't been awarded the football yet, and it doesn't look like they're going to be. And now the referees are huddling, and yeah, they're going to give Lumpkin the football. So somehow, some way, as Connor was fighting for extra yardage, one of the Lumpkin kids basically just ripped it out of his hands. And Michael Perry, I'm sure, is going to be yelling about, hey, the play had been whistled dead. What about a dead ball here? But the referees saw it the other way, and now Lumpkin County has their second turnover, or recovers their second turnover in as many drives on defense.
Yeah, really nice strip there by the Lumpkin defense, and Shooknick ran into a big group, of course, like he has to do as a running back, and somehow one of them managed to pull the ball straight from him, and just a turnover, the second one of the season on the second drive of this game. So back-to-back drives with turnovers for Union.
So they've got the ball at their own 34, and now here's Sullins, and he's going to be stood up and dropped. Great play, David Heredia in there for the Panthers, just picking him up and dropping him off.
David Heredia right there, along with Elijah Helton in his first game of the season, making a big impact there along the right outside linebacker position.
So no pickup that time, and now they're going to throw the ball, and it's going to be caught at the 40-yard line. Nice catch, 45-50, makes the guy miss, and now we're going to tackle him at our 40-yard line. Man, nice play. Taylor Whitehead making a potentially touchdown-saving tackle at our 40-yard line. Well, that Scott kid, he's got a little sidearm magic thing going. The quarterback for Lumpkin, Cooper Scott. 1st and 10, ball at our 40. Now they're going to give the ball right up the middle, and he's going to rumble and pick up a lot of yardage actually near the 30-yard line. It'll be close to 10 for him. That's a great reception by the Lumpkin kid, and I was so busy looking for Union County numbers that I wasn't able to give the wide receiver proper credit, but give it to him.
Yeah, and Cooper Scott has made 2 really good, strong throws here through the first 2 drives, both from, like you mentioned, some awkward arm angles, and I mean, he's just whipping the ball in there way quicker than I would have expected for a quarterback that didn't throw the ball in week 1.
So Panther defense is going to have to stand up here. We're going to be looking at a 14-point deficit early on. Shotgun formation. Here's Scott, going to give the ball to Sullins. He makes a guy miss, and now he's going to look for more yardage up over the 20-yard line, chased down by Heredia, but he's going to get near the 15-yard line, and another pickup for Mason Sullins. I believe Wilson Walker in on that play too, our fine senior linebacker. But Lumpkin now putting up some offensive stats. And it's not like we're not tackling. They're just making us miss.
And it's never good news for your defense if you find your defensive end 15 yards down the field. That means someone missed, like you said. And they've been juking out a lot of these Union County Panthers defenders that we didn't see in week 1.
Cooper Scott, the quarterback, back with Mason Sullins. Shotgun, now they're going to roll far side. He's going to hit a hole to the 20, to the 10 rather. And now near the 5-yard line is the quarterback, Scott. And they are on the doorstep, Spencer, looking to make this a 2-touchdown lead if we can't stop them. Under 4 minutes left in the first quarter, they lead it 7-0.
Yeah, Lumpkin County right now is rolling over this Panthers defense, and they're picking up basically a first down every play so far in this game.
All right, Panthers, let's see what we got here. Ball at the 6-yard line. Man in motion, snap, fake it. Scott tackled for about a yard gain. Going to give the credit that time to Elijah Helton, a linebacker, a senior. Ball at the 5. Second down and goal for Lumpkin County. And there is light. Shotgun snap, Scott. Going to give it to Sullins again, and he is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. No flags on the play. Lumpkin County now leads at 13-0. Sam Page had the best shot at him, but he wriggled out of Sam's grasp. And Lumpkin making it look easy so far. I'm not certainly by any stretch ready to sing the blues, but we need to get things going offensively and defensively as we've turned the ball over twice on 2 possessions on offense, and we've given them 2 touchdowns in 2 possessions as we're on defense. 3 minutes left, a 5-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, or by Sullins rather. PAT is good, 2:57 left. It's 14-0. Let's fire up these guys, Garland. Back in 60 seconds. It's WJRB, brought to you by Union General.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
Spry Family Dry Cleaners in Blairsville specializes in deep cleaning and efficiency. Not only do they take the basics, but they also work with rugs, comforters, draperies, and other household items. Now featuring a drive-through for contactless pickup and drop-off. Not to mention a wash, dry, and fold service. Drop it off. When you pick it up, it'll be folded, sorted, and bagged. Spry Family Dry Cleaners, cleaning up our community one garment at a time. Located in Blairsville at 46 Hunt Martin Street, across from Cochran Funeral Home.
We're looking at a 14-0 deficit as we get ready to take another kickoff from Lumpkin County, and this time it is going to be returned from the 7-yard line. Looks like Griff Young, and he's got a hole at the 25-30, makes a nice cut back 35-40, and there he goes, and there's one guy who's going to beat him. Now another guy with an angle at the 30, 25-20. Is he going to go all the way? I think he is. Griff Young from about 90 yards. And I don't see any flags on the play. Wait a second. There may be a flag here. There may be a flag. We see, oh my goodness gracious, there's one back at the 30-yard line. And are they going to get us on an old school clip? Are they going to get us on a legal block? Oh, don't take that away from Griff. Don't do that. As we await the call, and yeah, it's an illegal block. And that is going to wipe out a 90-yard return from Griff Young. And that stinks because that was a superhuman effort.
Yeah, even with if there was a block in the back or something on that play, Griffin Young waited for the blocks to develop. He bursted through the only hole. Then he outran number 25 for Lumpkin County, and Cameron Stringer, who went for the horse collar tackle, and he broke that tackle and scored a huge touchdown, but taken away at a flag at the 30-yard line.
I hate it for the Panthers. I hate it for Griff. I mean, that's a great play. That is a play that you'll remember for the rest of your life. But now the Panthers where everything went our way last week. So far, we're 0 for 5 on big plays and key moments as we come out for our third possession. Oh my goodness, that's a punch right in the gut. I'm not saying that he didn't get the clip. I'm not saying he didn't get the benefit of it. We don't have access to a replay. I sure didn't see it. But. All right, so here we go again. They're going to throw the ball near side. It's going to be caught by Goebel, and he's going to be wrestled down for a big loss. A couple of kids finish him off on a sideline throw. Preston Cox going to get credit for the tackle that time, as Jensen, who's made 2 nice plays on catch and goes from the near side, little screen pass down the line of scrimmage, got wrapped up for Christmas there. Panthers working quickly now after a 10-yard loss, and now looking upfield as Caden Tanner's going to throw the ball underneath, caught at the 25-30, and that time Goebel is up near the 35-yard line, fumbles momentarily, but it went out of bounds, so we're going to get a little bit of this yardage back. A good recovery play for the Panthers. Mark it at the 34 of Union, where it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Big pickup. Let's give the ball to the big kid. Is that Brader? Yeah, it is. And I believe he's got enough over the 35 to the 36. That's the first time we've seen Braylon Rader. And good time to stick him in the game, Coach Perry. He needed every bit of that 200 pounds as we're up to the 36. And
yeah, great patience there by Braylon Rader, picking up the first down on 3rd and 1 with the Lumpkin County defensive line. Looked to have won that along the trenches, but nice job by Rader.
All right, now here is a pass, and it's going to be caught at the 45, 46-yard line for positive yardage. Jensen Goebel lining up on a different side this time. He's been here on the near side for the last few plays, and now he's on the far side. Ball at the 45 after a good pickup. Going to be 2nd and 1 after a grab of 9. And now another quick out. Going to be caught at the 46. He's got a block. I believe that's Goebel again. And he's got enough for a first down near the 47-48. So the Panthers dribbling and dunking, beating them slow. Ball at the 48-yard line, 49. Minute left in the first quarter. We trail it by 14 if you're just now joining the broadcast. Trying to cut into this lead. Now we're going to throw the ball. It's going to be caught by Goebel near side up to the 50-yard line. He's going to ride a couple of guys over the 45 down to the 43. Is that a good block that time by Ethan McBride? Did he get the little blocking there?
Yeah, nice block there. Then a great job by Griff Young. Not Griff Young, number 12. Jensen Goebel holding onto the ball there with a cornerback trying to take it away from him.
All right, here's the big kid over the 40, Rader, now to the 38-yard line. Don't know why the clock is stopped here. Oh, they give them the first down. Okay, yeah, so we were close to a first down. Referee is coming out now to talk to Michael Perry. And they're going to call an illegal formation on Big Purple. That's going to wipe that out. So that'll move us back to the 47 and momentarily stall the offense, which was moving pretty well there for the last 3 or 4 plays. Clock resumes with 26 seconds left. Very well may be the last play of the quarter. Got a man in motion now. Is Jensen Goebel, who's been all over the field so far. Now another man in motion. And back to pass is Tanner. And Tanner's going to throw the ball deep, and he's got Goebel, and Goebel catches it. Are they going to give it to him? No. They're going to say he was out of bounds. He could not get the foot in. What a terrific catch over his shoulder from Jensen Goebel. My goodness, that kid has got a pair of hands. And it was a well-thrown ball.
And he didn't bobble it one bit, and it looked like he got a foot down in bounds, but I guess not. Great job there by Jensen Goebel trying to make that catch along the sideline. And like you mentioned, another great throw by Tanner, and he's made a couple of those so far this season from the 50-yard line.
All right, so now 3rd down with 3 seconds left in the quarter. And Tanner's now going to tuck it away, and he's going to be tackled right at the 44-yard line. And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. 14-0 Lumpkin County as we head into the quarter break, and we're back in 60 seconds on the voice of Union County Panther football, WJRB 95.1 FM.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by the Family Medical Practice of Thomas Karisny, MD, in Blairsville, serving Union County and the mountain area. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Nelson Tractor Company of Blairsville. Nelson Tractor Company has been providing value to our customers for over 60 years. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Bitter Creek Market and Deli, providing the best quality of meats in the area. Located between Young Harris and Blairsville.
Back for quarter number 2. We're glad that you found us on the dial at 95.1 FM or online at WJRBradio.com. You can also download and install the free WJRB app, and that's a great way to listen on your mobile device, laptop, or your iPad rather, iPhone, Android. It is there for the taking. WJRB, the app. So now we flip sides. And the ball at the 46-yard line of Lumpkin County. We have possession of it. And it's 4th down for the Panthers as we start the second quarter. Make it the 44-yard line. Everybody's a little confused, and now we're not. About 3 yards to go. I don't think we've punted all year. As Caden Tanner is back with Braylon Rader. And we've got a tight formation here, nobody out wide, bunched in. And now another whistle as the referees huddle on the far side. Any element of surprise has now disappeared. Garland Johnson letting me know that Fannin and Gilmer are tied 7-all. That's got to be the battle of something. There are 2 county schools down the road in 515. The battle of something. Well, we're in the battle of 515. That's us and Fannin. Of course, 515 is a long road. 515 south. That's right. The battle of North Jasper. All right, we got to get to the 41-yard line. Shotgun snap. Tanner under pressure. Tanner's going to throw the ball long. He's got a man, Goebel, and he dives and can't make the catch. So we go for the long bomb on 4th and 3. And now going to turn the ball over to Lumpkin. Who am I to second guess the offensive genius, who is Michael Perry, and he is certainly that. I don't say that tongue-in-cheek in any way, but I sure would have liked to gone for a more highly, more probable play, a more high percentage play. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. But, I mean, Caden Tanner with a really nice throw again there. I mean, he evaded the first guy and then set his feet, threw the ball 50 yards down the field just over the outstretched hands of Jensen Goebel. But, yeah, you would have liked to see maybe a shorter pass, but I guess they were going for the element of a surprise, which was kind of taken away by the refs before the play call.
Well, a 45-yard bomb is a tough play to execute in high school football, especially when you're down 14-0 and you're going to give them the ball back at your 45-yard line. Now, we can stop him here. All right, now going to give the ball near side, and we're going to knock him upside down. Sullins at the 48-yard line. Is that Shucknuck there on the play?
Elijah Helton.
28 rather than 26. My lying eyes, as the Eagles say.
And he's made a couple of nice tackles so far in his first start of the season.
Give him 4 yards, 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Just now into the second quarter. Got a great crowd here tonight. The slogan for the new year is Mountain Made, and you're seeing a lot of purple t-shirts with that slogan on it. 2nd down now. Up the middle, and we're going to hit him for a loss. Going to hit him for a loss. Great surge that time as we pile on. Luckily, didn't get a penalty. Gage Barnes, the first guy to wrap up. And that'll bring up third and a little bit longer for the Indians of Lumpkin County. That was a big play, as we're starting to kind of recognize tendencies and patterns, I think. Or maybe the Indians just didn't sell that one very well because we were all over it.
Yeah, a lot of teams play through the whistle. The Union County linebackers play through all 3 whistles. They're making sure that the play's over before they stop tackling.
As long as we don't get called for it, it sounds like fun to me. I think they lost a yard that time. Now they're back at the 47. Stop them here, Panthers. Stop them here. Lumpkin in no hurry as Scott, the quarterback, looking back at his sideline. He's back there with Sullins again on 3rd down. Let's see if we can make a play. Shotgun snap. A little bit of pressure. We're going to knock him backward. He's being chased over the 50 now to the 45. We hit him hard at the 44-yard line. Wilson Walker with the big blow, but he did get the first down. Wilson Walker putting his shoulder into the big kid that time. But a well-executed play by Lumpkin has got them another first down on their side of the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and the big quarterback, Cooper Scott, did not back off from that one. He also lowered his shoulder, and he won that one, a first down on 3rd and 9 or so, and they're in Union County plus territory once more, up 14-0, 2 for 2 on their offensive drive so far.
What's up with all these huge quarterbacks this year? I mean, the kid last week was like a champion wrestler, and now this kid's big enough to go to work too. So now first down, ball at the 44. Give me one of those little guys. Sullins up the middle. We hit him for a 1 or 2 yard pickup. Good surge again that time. 66, Lane Lance from his defensive line spot, getting half a tackle on that one. Got almost nothing, did Lumpkin. 3 minutes into the second quarter. We trail at 14-0. They've scored on their first 2 drives. Trying to stop them here on their 3rd. Now a shotgun snap, going to keep the ball. Scott, roll this way, going to throw it, and he's got a man wide open at the 10, the 5, and a touchdown. Fooled everybody, but wait, is there a flag back there? I think there may be a flag. Yeah, there is one back at the 40-yard line. Scott made that little fling and sling and throw again that you and I have been talking about, trying to come up with a better description. But it looks like this time it may be coming back, as the big guy Haynes is listening to everything that the referees are saying. It was going to be a 45-yard touchdown, is now the head referee coming out to talk to Michael Perry. Whatever it was, it must have been on them because they'd be in extra point formation.
Holding.
All right, they're going to call that holding. It didn't look like something else, but that might be that's an illegal receiver downfield is what that was, and also a hold. So there were 2 flags on that play. With all of Scott's running around, one of the big offensive linemen kind of got out of his zone.
Yeah, and even though that play didn't count, that was another great flick of the wrist from Scott, the quarterback, and he's made some beautiful throws so far in this game. That one to Walker Scott, who gets a touchdown wiped away, maybe related.
Jeez. I'm trying to think of a college or pro quarterback I've seen that throws that way, and I can't really think of one. All right, so ball back at midfield, 50-yard line, and now they're going to throw, and it's going to be in and out of the hands, incomplete. Slipped out of that tackle. He had about 5 yards of green in front of him.
And on these 3rd down conversions for Lumpkin County right now, the Panthers are playing in a cover 3 shell, and they're taking advantage of the safety not rotating to the sideline, and they've basically just got a one-on-one with a wide open curl on all these.
By Lumpkin at about the 12-yard line. That's their excellent wide receiver, Cal Faulkner, who's already scored once tonight. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, and Seth Rutan there with good coverage. I mean, but Cooper Scott is getting the ball there so quickly. I don't know if they can even hit this ball away. He's getting it there that quickly.
Yeah, that thing is really coming out of his hands fast. You're right about that. So the ball's at the 13. They got to get to 10. This is a big play for the Panthers. We got to try to force these guys into a 4th down. And now we were drawn off, or did we jump? That is the question, and we jumped. And that's going to give them a first down. Connor Scott selling it well, the cadence. And that is not what the doctor ordered. As the referee's getting ready to mark it off to the 8-yard line. First and goal now for Lumpkin. 5 minutes left in the first half. We trail at 14-0.
Yeah, and Cooper Scott right now is playing a pros game at the quarterback position for the Indians. A 3rd and 4, and he gets the Panthers to jump off sides. I mean, this guy's doing it all right now.
He really is. His feet, his arm, and his brain. So he's back there with Sullins again, who scored 4 touchdowns against Riverside last week. Now give the ball to Sullins, and a good tackle for a loss by the Panthers that time. That's 28 Helton. Elijah Helton, who's now a little gimpy after the tackle.
And the Indians right now are milking this clock down. We're almost at the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter, and they're still going strong on offense.
Very efficient football game so far, very few penalties. As we hit the 4-minute mark, and as you say, Lumpkin taking their sweet time on 2nd down and 11. Or 2nd down and goal, rather. Now we got Scott. We're going to hit him again. Hit him again behind the line. All right, so we are shutting that down with the help of Gage Barnes and Lance Lane. Lance Lane with that mid-70s Ted Nugent hairstyle. Looking good out there, making plays for the Panthers.
And more time continues to drip off the clock. A play action pass there from Cooper Scott, and he smartly didn't throw it because nothing was open. Didn't want to force it. And now he's taking at least 30 more seconds off this clock. We're almost at the 3-minute mark.
There's no reason to want to give the Panthers the ball back with any more than a couple of minutes left if they can. They're probably in 4-down territory. I would think they'd probably go for it on 4th down. What do I know?
And the good news for the Panthers, though, is the offense has been moving the ball really nicely. I mean, it's just been stalling out in Lumpkin County territory so far.
Lumpkin's going to call a timeout. We're going to keep it right here because these days 60 seconds feels more like 45 seconds, and we don't want to miss a thing. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second quarter, and the Panthers on the downside of a 14-0 lead. I feel like that we're making good plays. I think we're getting a good defensive line surge. That doesn't seem to be the issue that we're having right now. It's always been the Panthers' bugaboo that they can't chase kids down, and we don't have the athletes in the defensive secondary. And I'm not saying that's the case this year, but that has always been our Achilles heel, is that kids just run right past us on broken plays and open plays.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers are playing good defense, but I feel like Cooper Scott is just completely beating the Panthers right now. He's done everything right so far in this game. He's put them ahead 14-0, and the Panthers haven't really broken up a pass. This guy only threw 2 passes, and they were both incomplete in week 1. And from everything I heard about this Lumpkin County offense was that they were going to be running triple option, running the ball like they did in week 1. But maybe against Riverside Academy, they didn't show what they were actually going to do this season.
All right, Lumpkin back on the field. A big play in the course of this game. We really are trying to stay out of a 3-touchdown deficit situation because you know that our offense is going to have something to say later in this ball game, hopefully in this half. Now 3rd down and goal. Back to pass, Scott. Going to throw a little slant, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown. We bid on a slant, and Harper Davenport went up to get it. Went right down the middle as a little post, a little skinny post. And it's 20-0 Lumpkin County, and we did not need that.
And the Panthers looked to have saw that coming. I mean, Gage Barnes was in pretty good position right there, but just a strong pass from Cooper Scott, and he is killing it. 20-0 right now, Lumpkin County ahead. And I don't really understand how the Panthers didn't get a hand on that ball.
I don't either. It looks like we both went up and we both sniffed it out. It's almost like we missed it, or I would like to see that again. Anyway. Radio being as it is. 21-0 after the PAT, back in 60 seconds to see if the Panthers can fight back before halftime. You're listening to Union County Football on WJRB 95.1.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Union County Farm Bureau, proud sponsor of Union County football and the Georgia High School Association.
For years, your source for sales, parts, accessories, and service for golf carts has been North Georgia Golf Carts. Now they're at a new, more convenient location. Owner Rick Goddard and staff are there to assist you with all your golf cart needs. They sell and service all types of golf carts, from E-Z-Go to Club Car to Yamaha. And they provide pickup and delivery for any service work. That's North Georgia Golf Carts, now located east of Young Harris near the intersection of U.S. Highway 76 and State Highway 17 North.
Union County Panther football broadcast brought to you by Carter Insurance and Investments in Blairsville. Serving the area for over 30 years. Best of luck to the Panthers. Union County football is brought to you by Joyce S. Kim, DMD. Providing family and cosmetic dentistry to the Blairsville area. Best of luck, Purple Swarm.
All right, Panther fans, and we're back. Back with 3 minutes left in the game as we get ready to kick off here, and kickoff is going to be taken at the 36-yard line by Union. And we are back with 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Our offense coming back out on the field. I think we had disconnected there for a second. Garland, whisper in my ear and let me know that we're okay, kid. As Lumpkin now leading this thing 21-0. Going to mark it back to the 31. Got some other scores to tell you about. Towns County is up in their ball game at the half, 16-0. Gilmer 21, Fannin 20. Commerce 7 over Murphy, who has 0. And Garland Johnson, thanks to him for keeping track of all the scores of the schools that we cover in our area. All right, Panthers, let's see what we can do here. Caden Tanner back there with Shooknut. Throwing the ball over the, and we're caught. Pass is caught, I should say. Looks like Griff Young grabbed it in the slot. And that's a first down reception for Griff. Ball at the 47-yard line. Panthers with 2 timeouts left. Now on first down, Tanner back to pass. A little rollout, little wheel pattern, 45, 40-yard line. 35, 30, 25, and slung down at the 22. And a big play for the Panthers there. You listen to this crowd, they wanted an unsportsmanlike or a personal foul on the play. But we'll take the big gain. A real important catch. Who was that on the far side, Spencer?
I believe that was Wilson Walker.
Okay. So a long first down for the Panthers, and now here's Tanner. He's going to step up and he's going to run. And he's going to be hit at the 20-21 yard line. He got about 3 or 4 as Lumpkin was hanging on to him.
Yeah, and we've seen that play a little bit this season. It looks like it's going to be a throw, but it's actually a designed QB draw play.
Right.
And Tanner's been picking up 4 or 5 yards every time on that, running into the teeth of the defense.
Ball at the 20, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 for Union. Caden Tanner in the shotgun. Sees a man, throws the ball, caught 15-yard line, 10, makes a move to about this, stood up at the 9-8-yard line. Still pushing him toward the goal line. And what is the call? I mean, are they walking out there with the ball?
Yeah, I think Lumpkin has the ball, but that play.
Oh, surely not. Surely not. Yeah, they're going to give. Yeah, I believe the Panthers are going to keep that one. Once again, fighting for extra yardage. They ripped the ball out of our hands, but the whistle must have blown.
Yeah.
At any rate, the ball's at the 2-yard line after a tremendous run after the catch. So the Panthers getting ready to stick it in here with 1:48 left and now a timeout. And I think the Lumpkin coaches have got something to say about that play. Panthers fighting hard. No quitting these guys, down 21-0, Spencer.
And their offense has been great tonight. I mean, they've stalled a couple of times. The turnovers have been bad, but they've been moving the ball. You can't say they haven't been moving it. And now they just got to punch it in here, make this game a little bit more manageable. But you can see Caden Tanner once more kind of sinking into this game with those hitch routes. That's what he did last week to start feeling a little bit more in this game. So they're 1st and goal at the 3-yard line after the Grazzi fighting for some extra yards.
Tight end Tyler Grazzi. Gilmer up on Fannin 28-21, hoping that the Rebels can come back and win that ball game. Back here, we're concerned about trying to get into this purple end zone on the left side of the field.
And they've got 1:48 to do so. So if I'm Union County, I'm running the ball as much as I possibly can and not give this ball back to Lumpkin.
That's a great point. No reason to stop this clock, Spencer. Fans on their feet. First and goal from the 2. Snap, give it to Rader. Rader has stood up at the 1-yard line. He might have got a half yard on that, but one of their big kids slowed his progress. And he may not have gotten anything, Braylon Rader, on that play, as we're down now at a minute and a half, and the Panthers not working the clock really. Now the snap again, going to fake it, and Tanner trying to run toward the corner, and he's going to be slung back to the 5 or the 6, and that's a tough one. That's a tough break for the Panthers. We tried to fake it up the middle and roll to the corner of the end zone with a designed keeper, and they sniffed that thing right out.
Yeah, and that's a pretty dangerous play, especially whenever you're running with your quarterback, who isn't going to have the greatest ball security anytime he's a runner. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
Mark it back to the 5-yard line, where it's now 3rd and goal from the 5. Tanner now going to throw the ball, and he's going to be hit at the 16-yard line and sacked. And Lumpkin, they're on their feet, both in the stands and jumping up and down on the sideline. And now Union is going to call a timeout with 46 seconds left in the half. And whereas 20 seconds ago we were looking at 1st and goal from the 2, it's now 3rd and a million. Well, there's no million. It's just 3rd and a long way to score.
And I think they tried to get a little bit too creative there, because they could have milked some time off the clock, just kept handing it off to Rader or Shucknick. These two running backs break a lot of tackles, but instead we go with an outside run, and then we get blitzed on a drop back on 2nd and goal, or 3rd and goal actually. So I don't know, now we're facing 4th and goal from the 17-yard line.
Union General Hospital brings you the Panthers in 2022. I want to thank Leslie Daniel for her long support of Union County football on the radio. Let's see if we can make her proud here with a touchdown with 46 seconds left.
Yeah, and 3 points won't do them any good. They recognize that. They're going to have to score here. 4th and goal from the 16.
4th and goal from the 16-yard line. We've got 5 eligible receivers. Now back to pass. Not much of a rush. Can throw the ball to the end zone. Got a man. And it's caught for a touchdown. Zach Taylor is the name I'm hearing, number 88.
Wow.
And a post route. And Caden Tanner zipped that ball about 20 yards in the air. And Zach Taylor fought for it. He's a big kid. And he is the recipient, and that a bigger play we could not have hoped for. Now out for the extra point, and we missed it. And that'll make it 21-6, as the ball never really got off the ground. 40 seconds left, and the good news from here is that the Panthers are on the scoreboard back in 60 seconds on WJRB 95.1 FM.
For over 30 years, Carter Insurance and Investments has provided the Union County area with quality and competitive products for life, health, and disability insurance, as well as Medicare supplements. As an investment advisor representative, Carter Insurance and Investments can help you build an investment plan that's best for your financial situation. To learn more, stop by and meet our friendly staff. We're located on Young Harris Street across from the post office in Blairsville.
Check out Sunrise Grocery in Blairsville. Not only the oldest business in Union County, Sunrise Grocery was also named the most charming general store in the South by Southern Living magazine. Swing by and snag some world-famous peanuts, local produce, and goods, not to mention Jason's highly sought-after photography and Jessica's homemade soaps and candles. That's Sunrise Grocery in Blairsville at 7568 Gainesville Highway, 706-745-5877.
Back to action as Union County now kicks off. Short one taken at the 20-yard line by Lumpkin, running east-west, and we've got him after about a 5 or 6 yard return. Mark it at the 26 with 34 seconds to go. Zach Taylor bringing this crowd to its feet with an outstanding grab right in the middle of the field, about 2 yards deep in the end zone, with a guy in pretty good coverage. It was a good catch. It was a great throw. And the Panthers now have reason to believe 21-6 after the missed PAT.
Yeah, and minus the interception, Tanner's looked really good in this game, and great blocking on 4th and goal from the 14. They were going to have the best blocking that they could possibly have on that pass pro, and they did.
So Lumpkin is now going to kneel it out. They don't want any part of the rest of this half. They figure there's nothing to gain and everything to lose. So they're running off the field. And it's been Lumpkin County, but Union has shown signs of excellence here and there. And we have scored the most recent touchdown of the game. It's 21-6 as both teams running off the field and getting ready for halftime. We're glad that you're with us. It's been a very efficient first half. We had a 15-minute delay, and it's only 8:45 as we get ready for the bands and their performances. I would assume, yeah, here come the bands to light up halftime.
Yeah, and I don't know about that. I feel like Elijah Helton kind of went to the school of Greg Schiano with kneeling right there, because there was really no reason to rush the quarterback there. You know he's going to kneel it. He went straight in there, and I don't think Lumpkin's going to be happy with that, and I don't think the Union coaches are going to be happy with that either.
Well, I rely on text to keep us informed with what's going on in the football game and apparently the outside world. Garland Johnson tells me that Andrews is leading East Henderson 34-0. And somebody else is asking me if I would vote for President Trump for a third time. So it's a grab bag of information coming into the press box as we get ready, as everybody seems to know my phone number around here in Blairsville, Union County. All right, enough of that. All right, off to halftime we go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break down the what we expect to see in the second half, Garland. Come back to some interviews that are specially produced for Panther fans, and we'll do that in a quick second here on WJRB 95.1.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by North Georgia Golf Carts, providing a full range of sales, accessories, service, and parts.
When you combine quality products, excellent customer service, and the best prices in the area, the result is Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing. In business since 1963, Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing has served the surrounding area with a variety of home improvement supplies. Everything from vinyl siding in many colors, trim pieces, shutters, soffits, vents, and accessories. Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing, located west of Blairsville on Highway 515.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing in Blairsville, proud sponsors of the Union County Panthers. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Leon's Floors, located in Blairsville, offering sales and installation of carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and tile flooring.
Heavier rain, just hopefully not as many lightning strikes as we saw before the start of the Fannin game.
All right. Well, a programming note, and this is mostly for Garland, but certainly for everybody else listening too. We're going to keep the broadcast here, Garland, for a second, and then we will send it back to normal programming with the hope that everybody who is listening will return as we get into a weather delay here in Blairsville. We trail at 21-6. Garland, we would be, and this is all internal conversation, but you, the listener, can enjoy this broadcast talk too. We're in the middle of the, normally would be in the middle of the Mark Levin show, and he's on Westwood 1 Cumulus. I believe that's input number 4. I hope everybody listening in Florida and other places is enjoying our internal conversation about the way the switcher works at WJRB. It is really, really raining right now, even harder than last week. And that's not the reason that we're going to postpone play. It's that we have seen a lightning bolt somewhere in the area, and by rule, that adds 30 minutes on the clock.
And I feel like we're in the Truman Show right now. Like the director's just cued rain, because this is some heavy rain. This is way heavier than we saw last week, and not looking pretty, as I just saw another lightning strike.
Okay. All right, well, Garland, we're going to go back to the Mark Levin show. And if you will let me know that that has been successfully executed, we hope that everybody else will join us back here in a half hour or maybe a little bit longer than that. Keep checking back here at WJRB and WJRBradio.com. We're going to head back into normal programming, and thanks for your patience.
For over 30 years, Carter Insurance and Investments has provided the Union County area with quality and competitive products for life, health, and disability insurance, as well as Medicare supplements. As an investment advisor representative, Carter Insurance and Investments can help you build an investment plan that's best for your financial situation. To learn more, stop by and meet our friendly staff. We're located on Young Harris Street across from the post office in Blairsville.
For years, your source for sales, parts, accessories, and service for golf carts has been North Georgia Golf Carts. Now they're at a new, more convenient location. Owner Rick Goddard and staff are there to assist you with all your golf cart needs. They sell and service all types of golf carts, from Easy Go to Club Car to Yamaha. And they provide pickup and delivery for any service work. That's North Georgia Golf Carts, now located east of Young Harris near the intersection of US Highway 76 and State Highway 17 North. When you combine quality products, excellent customer service, and the best prices in the area, the result is Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing. In business since 1963, Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing has served the surrounding area with a variety of home improvement supplies. Everything from vinyl siding in many colors, trim pieces, shutters, soffits, vents, and accessories. Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing, located west of Blairsville on Highway 515.
Locally owned since 1980, Leon's Flooring is your full-service flooring store with the largest showroom in the area, guaranteed to save you money with over 50 years of total sales experience. The folks at Leon's Flooring are experts in ceramic tile, carpet, hardwoods, and vinyl, located at 568 Murphy Highway in Blairsville, next to the Mexican restaurant and across from Mike's Seafood. Leon's Flooring, call them today at 706-745-9433. Oh, and by the way, say hello to Diesel while you're there.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
For years, Bitter Creek Market has been the best little market in the mountains. Now they're even bigger and better with additional room for specialty foods, vegetables, and frozen foods. But don't worry, Bitter Creek Market still has the best selection of quality meats in the area. Their professional butchers prepare the best cuts of meats daily right on site, and Bitter Creek Market grinds their own sausage using only quality cuts of meat. For the gourmet cook, Bitter Creek Market has a wide selection of high-quality food items. And don't forget Bitter Creek Market's Deli. Stop by for freshly made sub sandwiches and pork barbecue smoked right on site. They even have homemade potato salad. And they have picnic tables by the creek for your dining convenience. Bitter Creek Market is open Monday through Saturday. Come by and see the friendly staff today. Bitter Creek Market, the best little market in the mountains.
if I was gonna go on a video. Dancing in the rain. Nerds. I have no idea who those kids are, but I just thought that was funny.
They're here having fun. Mama Holly, thank you for the silverware. Oh, you're welcome.
You know, it's cleared out pretty quick. I'm kind of surprised.
Well, people have either, I assume they've gone home, but I guess technically they can go to their cars or to the gym.
Well, now, they said you couldn't re-enter. I really hope. That might be excused, right?
I think this one they might let you
Man,
back in.
we still have chairs. Alright guys, $8 again. I'll go sit out there and be like $8. You know what? I'll cut you a deal. $5. $5 cash. Protocol in.
Clients, call 76744.
Just put it in this bag. Just put it right here. $5 all cash. I promise you this will go.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Union County Farm Bureau, proud sponsor of Union County football and the Georgia High School Association.
Blue Ridge has a new surgical office that you can count on and trust. Union General Surgical Associates. Board-certified general surgeon Dr. Clifford Thompson has joined Union General Surgical Associates and brings over 30 years of medical experience, along with a passion and commitment for helping his patients. The office is located at 21 Kimberly Lane, Suite A in Blue Ridge. For questions or to book an appointment, please call 706-946-1910.
Union County Panther football broadcast brought to you by Carter Insurance and Investments in Blairsville. Serving the area for over 30 years. Best of luck to the Panthers. Union County football is brought to you by Joyce S. Kim, DMD. Providing family and cosmetic dentistry to the Blairsville area. Best of luck, Purple Swarm. For over 30 years, Carter Insurance and Investments has provided the Union County area with quality and competitive products for life, health, and disability insurance, as well as Medicare supplements. As an investment advisor representative, Carter Insurance and Investments can help you build an investment plan that's best for your financial situation. To learn more, stop by and meet our friendly staff. We're located on Young Harris Street across from the post office in Blairsville.
For years, your source for sales, parts, accessories, and service for golf carts has been North Georgia Golf Carts. Now they're at a new, more convenient location. Owner Rick Goddard and staff are there to assist you with all your golf cart needs. They sell and service all types of golf carts, from E-Z-Go to Club Car to Yamaha. And they provide pickup and delivery for any service work. That's North Georgia Golf Carts, now located east of Young Harris near the intersection of US Highway 76 and State Highway 17 North. When you combine quality products, excellent customer service, and the best prices in the area, the result is Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing. In business since 1963, Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing has served the surrounding area with a variety of home improvement supplies. Everything from vinyl siding in many colors, trim pieces, shutters, soffits, vents, and accessories. Hemp Hill Vinyl Siding and Metal Roofing, located west of Blairsville on Highway 515.
Locally owned since 1980, Leon's Flooring is your full-service flooring store with the largest showroom in the area, guaranteed to save you money with over 50 years of total sales experience. The folks at Leon's Flooring are experts in ceramic tile, carpet, hardwoods, and vinyl, located at 568 Murphy Highway in Blairsville, next to the Mexican restaurant and across from Mike's Seafood. Leon's Flooring, call them today at 706-745-9433. Oh, and by the way, say hello to Diesel while you're there.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
For years, Bitter Creek Market has been the best little market in the mountains. Now they're even bigger and better with additional room for specialty foods, vegetables, and frozen foods. But don't worry, Bitter Creek Market still has the best selection of quality meats in the area. Their professional butchers prepare the best cuts of meats daily right on site, and Bitter Creek Market grinds their own sausage using only quality cuts of meat. For the gourmet cook, Bitter Creek Market has a wide selection of high-quality food items. And don't forget Bitter Creek Market's Deli. Stop by for freshly made sub sandwiches and pork barbecue smoked right on site. They even have homemade potato salad. And they have picnic tables by the creek for your dining convenience. Bitter Creek Market is open Monday through Saturday. Come by and see the friendly staff today. Bitter Creek Market, the best little market in the mountains.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Nelson Tractor Company of Blairsville. Nelson Tractor Company has been providing value to our customers for over 60 years. For over 30 years, Carter Insurance and Investments has provided the Union County area with quality and competitive products for life, health, and disability insurance, as well as Medicare supplements. As an investment advisor representative, Carter Insurance and Investments can help you build an investment plan that's best for your financial situation. To learn more, stop by and meet our friendly staff. We're located on Young Harris Street across from the post office in Blairsville. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Bitter Creek Market and Deli, providing the best quality of meats in the area. Located between Young Harris and Blairsville. Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Union County Farm Bureau, proud sponsor of Union County football and the Georgia High School Association.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Test. All right, for anybody listening, we still are at the lightning delay, but it looks like at 9:41 the players can come back to the field unless we have another lightning strike, and then that would be another 30-minute delay. So, what is the distance? They're looking at the lightning strikes.
Each program can be different. It can be anywhere from 8 to
15
15 miles.
miles? Yeah, within 15 miles, if there's a lightning strike, there's a half-hour delay for the safety of the participants and the fans. So that's what's going on, and hopefully at 9:41 everybody will come back. It is still raining lightly, but hopefully the game will be able to resume.
It was a food storage compartment. I was going to say you stole it out of
It was. Food storage compartment.
Smithfoot, when does wrestling start? Come here and talk about wrestling.
Yeah, but you got to talk about open mat.
Wrestling.
So we have open mat for youth of Union County and surrounding areas. It's on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3:15 to 4:30. Middle school.
But what does that mean?
Open mat means it's for students that have never tried wrestling or want to keep up with wrestling. It's not affiliated with any of the programs, so you wouldn't be actually part of the team. You would just be there to try wrestling out. So that's open mat. And then,
where's that at?
At the pit at the elementary gym. And then we have middle school season will start up about October 3rd. High school season will start up very close to that. The middle school season is nice because it's literally like 8 weeks for us. So we start kind of at fall break and we end at Christmas break. Now the high school season is substantially longer. It's October through, generally it ends Valentine's Day, usually. That's when state usually is Valentine's Day.
All right, and so I'm with Michael Smithfoot, and you are the middle school. Well, tell us what your position here is.
So I am the assistant coach underneath Justin Byers, who's the head coach of the high school program. And right now, I might be listed as the middle school head coach, but Jacob Brown is possibly planning on taking it over from us. He's kind of brought into the program. Richard Riviera ran a great program for us, and he has since then left the school system to pursue other occupations. And so we generally try to find somebody on the school campus who can actually be ahead of the program. So for right now, it's kind of like Jacob and I are kind of working together, trying to show him the ropes.
Nice. And how long has the wrestling program been going on?
We were one of the last counties to really add wrestling. We have only been around and in existence for 10 years. And what a lot of people don't realize is that means that we didn't have any dads that wrestled, any older brothers. So we truly started this program from the ground up. And I would like to point out that Bob Williams, Art McCann, Johnny, they were all the first real godfathers of wrestling for Union County. Bob Williams actually purchased the first wrestling mat for us. And then I was brought up a year later. Coach Byers was part of that original program. Since then, those three guys have kind of, I guess, retired, but are coming back because, with our 10-year reunion, we're trying to really get all the guys that helped bring the program up to the forefront. We're trying to help them and get them to come back. So right now it's Coach Byers' eye, and then we have a bunch of volunteer parents. Kevin Kilpatrick, we have Mr. Leggett, we have Pete Rockco, that have all been huge supporters of our program and help us with recruiting and help us with middle school tournaments and things of that nature, and high school tournaments.
So a lot of these guys you're talking about, I'm guessing, are just community members that may have wrestled in their past and thought it'd be a good thing to start?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We've had Coach Rockco. We had a little bit of experience over in Gilmer. Actually, Kevin Kilpatrick, I don't think, did wrestle, but his son started wrestling, maybe second grade, third grade, but he just fell in love with the sport, and he's been able to take his kid all over the state, all over the country, really wrestling. So yeah, but yes, they're members of the community, not on the school staff.
So what the different schools that we would compete against, who are those guys? Is it a different region, or is it all the same as like football and basketball and all that?
It is a very close region. Sometimes there are a few changes, like I think one year we had Fannin in our region for wrestling but didn't have them for football, but it is pretty close. Not every school that has football has wrestling, and not every wrestling school has football. And the cool thing about wrestling is we'll do a lot of, we'll compete with 7A schools, single A schools. We'll jump across the state lines. We've wrestled Robbinsville, Swain County, Franklin, of course Murphy, Hayesville, Andrews. We've wrestled private schools. We have the ability to wrestle almost anybody we want to. Matter of fact, last year Coach Byers found a tournament almost in Kentucky. It was right at the top of Tennessee. We rode up there and wrestled there. We go to Ohio during the summer for 7 days and wrestle at Jeff Jordan with most of our young people. So we do a lot of traveling with the wrestling team.
And I know Towns County has a program. Maybe they started that a couple years before we did, or
yes, sir, they did.
And I think Jeff Stowers may be still over there, perhaps.
Jeff Stowers, I think, has kind of stepped away from the program to spend more time with his family. But yeah, he was definitely a huge influence in bringing that program. They were in the top 10 for single A for like a decade, just about. They had a substantial wrestling program and had a good history with it. Fannin County's had wrestling for decades. Gilmer, Pickens, like I said, it's all up and down 515. It's had really a long time for wrestling.
And now, how did you get into wrestling?
Well, I'm from here, so we didn't have a wrestling team. I didn't even know, this is embarrassing, I didn't even know wrestling was a high school sport. And I was at North Georgia College during a summer session, and they were running. This is so funny because so many people in Georgia, their wrestling career started somewhere around Lumpkin County. Coaches, referees, dads. It's just amazing what that program has done for wrestling in the state of Georgia, and including me. So they were doing some summer wrestling camps, and I would eat my lunch and watch what was going on. And I still remember walking out onto the mats, and I was stupid. I didn't know you couldn't wear regular street shoes on the mats. And so and I asked, I said, "What are y'all doing?" And they looked at me like I was crazy, and they're like, "This is wrestling." I said, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Is this a high school sport?" And they looked at me once again. They were like, "Yes." I guess they thought I was slow, which is pretty good. A lot of people think that. And so I didn't think anything of it. I watched it for 2 summers. And then I moved down to Newton County, and I was sitting across the table from a man named Chad McCaskill, who was the head coach at Newton High School, and he slams the phone down, and he's like, "They just took my assistant coach the day before wrestling practice start." And he's like, "Now I've got nobody to help." And I was like, "I'll help." And so that's literally how I got started into wrestling, is with Chad McCaskill in Newton High School. And so I showed up the first day with a clipboard and some Rydell shorts and a whistle and a hat. And I walk in the room, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm here to help you coach." He goes, "Oh, no, you're here to wrestle." And so he literally threw me on the mat with some of his upperclassmen, Craig Hargrove, Bubba, Richard Finger, Joey Jones, and they just beat me to death. I came back home like 45 minutes late. My wife said it looked like I'd been mugged. I had tampons in my nose and a black eye, puked in the trash can 3 times, and she literally looked at me. She goes, "I thought you'd been mugged." And I was like, "No, I was at wrestling practice." She goes, "You're going back?" And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going back. That was fun. And so he basically taught me how to wrestle the first 2 years I coached, and then after that they put me in some open tournaments, and just had to learn it the way they taught other people. So in a way it was kind of actually beneficial, because I got to learn it fresh, and I didn't have, like, sometimes when you only work under one coach, you only have one mindset of how to do things. But I was able to pick up stuff from multiple different coaches and pulled stuff from several coaches that were around Atlanta at the time, because I wanted to be good at it. Never thought I'd be a head coach or an assistant coach or middle school coach. Just kind of life just kind of put opportunities in front of me, and I ran with it.
All right. Well, that's fascinating. And now you're teaching here at the high school? What do you teach?
I teach 8th grade science, and then coach at the high school with Coach Byers. So, yeah. I've pretty much been a middle school teacher for 27, 28 years. I've coached the high school multiple times, but I really like middle school. 8th grade and 6th grade. I've never taught 7th grade. And mostly science. A little bit of P in there. There was 2 years where they asked me to teach language arts. I'm pretty sure they thought that was a mistake, and they yanked me out of there pretty quick. I can barely speak English, so, but I've enjoyed it.
All right. Well, good to talk to you about the program, and hopefully there'll be a bunch of kids that come out.
We hope so. Thank you.
How many do you have actually in the program? Do you know, or is it just a...
We have about 28 youth wrestlers. We're looking at somewhere between 15 women's wrestlers. Now, our women's program, we're still struggling to get it up and off the ground. We've probably got 6 or 7 high school girls, probably about 6 or 7 middle school girls, then another 3 or 4 youth girls. And we would really like to, in the next 2 or 3 years, have full teams at the middle school level and the high school level. One of our young ladies, Shelby Agazinski, placed 5th at state last year. She's won 2 national tournaments for us. Brooke Kennedy is another one of our great high school wrestlers. She lost in the blood round, unfortunately, for state. She's got a chance to come back this year and redeem herself and get her first state placement. Of course, Shelby's looking to be a 2-time state placer for us. So our girls program is small, but it's successful.
How do you wrestle? Is it co-ed wrestling, or is it just strictly men?
The girls get to choose. They can choose to compete only against girls, or they can choose to try to go for varsity spots. Both of our young ladies challenge our boys every time for varsity spots. And then at the end of the year, they have to make a decision between wrestling in the girls only tournament or the boys tournament. So they do that. So yeah, we've got about usually every year 30 to 40 middle school wrestlers. For the last 2 years, we've had a larger wrestling team than a football team, so that's been kind of cool. High school, somewhere between 22 and 27, so we have a little bit of attrition right there at high school, but we're hoping those numbers come out. Coach Byers coaches football here with us, and he's pulled several very athletic young men off the football field, and we actually have 7 wrestlers that are starting with football at the high school level, and somewhere between 7 and 9 at the middle school team as well, which is exciting.
Do you see a crossover usually between different sports, or is it just a different type of athlete?
No, there's a huge crossover, and it's really weird because New England and around the Great Lakes, they love wrestlers on their offensive and defensive line. Down here in the South, it's a struggle to try to get coaches to realize that there's a huge benefit for wrestlers to be on the offensive line and defensive line. We're starting to figure it out here. That the hand fighting, the body stance and positioning, the tackling in particular, that's nothing but a double leg in wrestling. So there's a huge crossover. I think 2 years ago, Iowa's starting line for the college, like all 5 of them were high school wrestlers. All 5 of the starters for Iowa's football team.
Nice, nice. Well, we're here with Coach Smithfoot talking about the wrestling program while we have a rain delay. And hopefully we're going to get a little bit closer. Well, it looks like it's 9:40 right now. I think they said 9:41, and I see players actually coming out on the field. And all the referees are in the middle of the field. Looks like maybe we can get the game started back over again. Looks like it's most of the rain is gone. I'm going to be repositioning the camera here, so it's going to be moving around a good bit. We had to pull it out. The rain was so bad, we had to close the windows and pull the cameras out. So we're going to work on that for a minute.
on the air back again at, what time is it? It's 9:44, and we have just kicked off to start the second half, and there's a fumble already on the opening kickoff, but it looks like Lumpkin County has smothered it. Moonman, if you want to tell me we're back on the air here. I guess we are. And we are glad to have you back. 21-6, Lumpkin leads Union County. We have just sat through about an hour lightning and weather delay. Garland, if you want to let me know that everything sounds good and that their playlist is running, I'd appreciate a little ear feedback, sir.
Never saw
4 seconds off the third quarter clock.
This horrible state of affairs. News Talk 95.1 WJRB. This is Marvin.
Are we back on the air, Garland? We are on the air. Okay, got a flag on the field as we're trying to get ourselves back in business again. Both teams yelling and screaming, trying to regain enthusiasm. You know, it's tough to come back after an hour rain delay.
Yeah, and the rain really hasn't let up very much here. And I mean, this game may fare Union well because this is a lot like last week that we saw against Fannin County, in which Union won 14-7. So we'll see how we can do in the rain once more, 2 weeks in a row, battle tested.
Now a throw over Lumpkin over the middle is in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Listen to those Union County kids. They're fired up down there.
Yeah, most of the pit crew stayed actually intact down there, and that's pretty exciting. But a lot of the fans, of course, left after the hour rain delay. A lot of fans from Lumpkin County over there. It's thinned out pretty good, about 1/4 left.
Trying to reset the scene. We're just now into the third quarter with Lumpkin up 21-6, and now they're going to pass and make a completion over the 35 to the 37-yard line. Going to be short of the first down marker, which is at the 42. Lumpkin moving left to right, and a 15-point lead with the football as we are 25 seconds into the third quarter. A lot of yelling and screaming, and not a whole lot of fans left. Most of the bleachers are empty here on the near side, and even more of it is vacant on the far side, the Lumpkin County folks that traveled over.
Yeah, in the first third down of the second half, Union County's got to be careful not to jump off side here. I'm sure the quarterback's going to try and draw him.
Let's get loud, Panther fans.
Trying to get loud. And now third down, and the throw is incomplete, and the Panthers are going to force Lumpkin into a fourth down decision as we get into the third quarter. This game is by no means out of stretch. Anything can happen. Playing conditions are not great right this second, as we had some standing water there for a little while. I don't necessarily see much of it anymore. I guess the rain has moved through the area, but it was coming down in buckets about 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, and Wilson Walker right there on the nickel blitz coming at the quarterback, and just not the best throw you've seen of the night from Cooper Scott, but also was still catchable.
So a punt now, and Jensen Goebel is going to drop it, pick it up at the 30-yard line, and he'll be tackled after running sideways or east-west about 2 or 3 yards. And Caden Tanner in the offense will take over at our own 29-yard line, down 15 points, 21-6. I think we've still got a few viewers left on RidgelineTV.net. We had about 600 there for a second.
And it's going to be tough for these players on both sides to hold on to the ball here in the second half. But we'll see if they can do it. I think you just you can't try and break all the tackles here in the second half with as much rain that's coming down. But Lumpkin only took 1 minute and 8 seconds off the clock, which is very uncharacteristic of their first half offense.
Still getting some rain here. I don't think it's coming down very hard, but you can see it against the light stands. And now first down, Tanner over the middle, and it's going to be caught sure-handed, 37-yard line, 38. Tackled that time. That's Jensen Goebel, who has had a big night in just barely a half a play. What was that, Tyler Grasty?
Yeah, the tight end Tyler Grasty picked up the first down for Union right there.
So the ball now at the 39 as the Panthers trying to chip into the lead. Tanner busted play, trying to make something out of nothing. Still running, looking for a block. Nice play, Tanner, 45-50 makes the guy miss. He's heading to the 35 and 30. There's a kid with an angle on him. We're gonna push him out at the 15-yard line, and an exceptional recovery from a broken play from the feet of Caden Tanner. He was dead to rights, 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, somehow cut back, and that's his gift, is quick feet, Spencer.
Oh, 100%. You can tell he used to be a running back, and that play was a lot like former Union County quarterback Cole Wright. Looks like something that he would have done, but a great job there by Tanner, and he's had a couple of 30-yard runs in this game so far.
So now we're talking ball at the 17 of Lumpkin. And now he's going to run out of it. There's going to be a holding call, so this is a dead play. He's going to throw the ball, and it's going to be dropped anyway at the 8-yard line.
We do have a flag.
It wasn't necessary for that block to happen. I think Caden had the corner on that kid, but nonetheless, we threw him down, and that's going to cost us 10.
Yeah, that'll be holding called against Noah Helton, the right tackle for Union County.
I thought Caden had enough speed where he was going to turn the corner, and it wasn't going to be necessary to have to block that guy, but that's what offensive linemen are trained to do. So we're all the way back to their 35-yard line. And the sound effects have now arisen from the press box. I like it. It was an angry Panther. 10 minutes now left on the third quarter clock. First down marker down by its lonesome at the 18. 17 yards to go here on this play, which is going to be Tanner throwing the ball over the middle. He's got a man, does he? No, it's knocked down incomplete. They had a couple of kids fighting each other for possession. Referees let it go. Goebel maybe had a step on him. Spencer, maybe a ball a little more in front of him might have led to a better outcome, but that's asking a lot in this weather, it really is.
Yeah, and it looked like the cornerback for Lumpkin, Caleb Norrell, kind of grabbed the receiver just a little bit, slowed him down a bit, and it worked out. No, if the referee doesn't see it, I guess there's no foul there. So, but I like the tempo of the Union County offense right now, just still throwing the ball.
So back to pass again, Tanner in the pocket, and he's going to be thrown down for a 2-yard loss at the 37-yard line. That'll bring up third down and a long way for the Panthers.
This brings up third
we were
down
back on their 18.
up
Now we're all the way back at the 38. 37.
Yeah, nice job by Tanner right there, though, stepping up in the pocket, even though it had collapsed, so he doesn't lose too many yards on the sack, not trying to do anything he can't do. So big third down, a long third down for Union, but they've got Braylon Rader in the backfield.
All right, here we go on third down, and Tanner flushed out of the pocket. He's got one guy to beat, and he does not beat him as he's thrown down right at the line of scrimmage, and now we're in a 4th and long situation. And we haven't seen a whole lot of punting this year. Let's see what Michael Perry decides to do.
Yeah, we've seen Wilson Walker a handful of times in week 1. He looked really good as a punter, but 4th down in Lumpkin County territory, so we may just see them go for it, or maybe a punt here from the quarterback.
8.5 minutes left in the third quarter. We're glad that you stuck with us here on WJRB. We had an hour weather delay right as the kids were going into the halftime locker rooms. Now here's Caden Tanner. Got to make this happen, and he's going to be thrown back at the 45-yard line. We lost 27 yards from our deepest penetration, and now Lumpkin County is going to get the ball back in great shape. And for all that Caden Tanner did for us on that drive, and it was his talent that got us down the field, he took a couple of tough sacks there.
Yeah, 4th down and a long way to go, and I didn't really see any return men back there for the Indians, so I thought maybe, like we've seen in years past, the quarterback would just drop back and maybe punt it and look for a better field position for the defense to manage, but instead takes the sack 2 or 3 plays in a row.
So Lumpkin's now got it at their own 45-yard line, a 15-point lead, and 8 minutes left in the third quarter. At an hour weather delay. Glad that you're back. Now a shotgun snap to Scott. Give the ball to Sullins, 45-50. And we're going to yank him down after about a 9-yard pickup. Bring up second and very short for the Lumpkin County Indians, who have been very successful with that off-tackle run. Not so much up the middle, but they've been able to make some plays on the edge.
Yeah,
9 yards.
Something interesting here is you can see Cooper Ashcraft going out to play kind of more of a defensive back or safety role, usually a linebacker, but on the first 2 plays here, he's been a little bit more outside than usual.
Seen a lot of mop tops and wet heads of the kids walking around here outside. I guess they didn't need the shelter as much as the old folks did. Ball at the 46 of Union. Fannin County with it, moving left to right. Now giving the ball to Sullins, and he is upended at the 48-yard line. That'd be a loss of 2 right there.
And that right there was Cooper Ashcraft. He's made some really good tackles this season for Union County, and right there going down and low to get the tackle on a pretty big running back for Lumpkin County, and number 32, Mason Solons, who, like you mentioned earlier, had 4 touchdowns last week.
This brings up a very important third down for our Panther defense. Fans that are still out there in the stands, let's make some noise, student section.
Wish we'd gotten a better spot than that. I thought we knocked him back another yard. Nonetheless, it's about 3rd and 2. They've got to get to the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap, give it to Sullins. Running straight ahead, we get him for a loss. And we're going to force a 4th down on Lumpkin County. Elijah Helton, who did not play in last week's game, is having a great debut to his 2022 season.
Yeah, he's made a ton of tackles in this game, and a nice job there by Union County stacking the box on a 3rd and 3. Definitely a rundown for the Lumpkin County offense, and Union County recognized that, and Elijah Helton with another form tackle.
We may remember that defensive series later on in the game, Spencer. Lumpkin was moving the ball, and I tell you what, if they make it 28-6, it'd be pretty tough to come back. But I like where we are right now as we're getting ready to return a punt. Standing at the 15-yard line, and a shanker, but right up the middle, takes a hop and a good Lumpkin County bounce, and it's going to be blown dead close to the 7-yard line. So an effective punt that time for the Indians, and we've got 93 yards to go. But a lot of time to do it. We're just midway through the 3rd quarter.
And Union County's defense back-to-back stops to open up the 2nd half, and some good 3rd down defense and some nice tackles as well for Union County. Now they give their offense a chance like we saw a lot last week against Fannin County, in which the defense stood on its heels for most of the game.
The voice of Union County.
Happy to hear that Andrews, the Wildcats, are beating up on East Henderson 46-8 late in the 4th quarter. Wildcats had a great year last year. They had been in the outhouse for a couple of years, and now they're pretty good again. They won 7 ball games in 2021 and look to be off to a good start in 22, and rooting for James Phillips and his kids to have a good year up there in Cherokee County. Back we go with Union and Caden Tanner. Giving it, is that Big Braylon? He's over the 10, 11, 12. They've been alternating Braylon Rader and Connor Shucknut in there over the evening. And is there a flag?
Looked like Alex Godinez was a bit slow to get up there, the starting center for Union County. I think he's going to come off right now. They're going to have a substitution or maybe even an injury timeout.
Yeah, Alex is a big boy. He's limping off.
Noah Helton going in.
Union has what momentum there is in the ball game. They had scored right before the end of the 1st half. Can certainly play with these guys, just got to make the plays. And now the ball is caught in a little screen and slung down to the 15-yard line, hoping for a personal foul on that. Didn't get it.
Right in front of the referee along the...
Jensen Goebel was thrown down roughly, but hey, it's a rough sport, and we're up to the 16-yard line. You hear the boo birds here from the Union County fans that stuck around. A lot of the kids in the students section, they're still hanging out. That's good to see.
To bring up 3rd down and about 2 yards.
A 3rd and 2 now. Got to make things happen here. Caden Tanner going to give it right up the middle.
Right up the middle.
Connor Shucknut on the carry. And are they going to give him the 1st down?
We have got a 1st down.
Yeah, they did.
Fans,
all right.
Moving those chains.
So that'll work. Mark it at the 19-yard line.
19 for our
and replacement center for Union County is Mayo Spiva, taking over Big A's role after the injury. So Union County is going to be running the ball a lot here in the second half.
All right, now we're going to throw a little wheel route, and it's going to be nearly, oh, he caught it! Somehow he caught it! No flags on the field as we're headed to the end zone, and it's going to be Connor Shucknut who's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line. We threw a lame duck little wheelhouse route, and somehow 20 fingers missed it on the Lumpkin County side, and Big Connor is like, oh my goodness, I've got a football in my hands. And he had nothing but running room, but he's not exactly a track star, and they pulled him down. But not before he went all the way down to the Lumpkin 4, and a huge play for Union County.
And that's why they say stat sheet isn't everything, because that pass right there should have been a pick 6 for Lumpkin County. And
I thought that it
he
was.
came up with it.
I thought the kid was heading the other way, and I think he was heading the other way until he realized he didn't have it. All right, now let's see if we can bust in here. We've had a hard time at a high snap, and now Braylon Rader is going to be stood up, and he's trying to fight back to the line of scrimmage, but he's not going to get there. We've got a new center in there, so obviously, you know, it's going to be a bit of a transition, understandably so. And we didn't lose, we only lost a yard.
For our Panthers.
Back to the 5. I cannot believe that we connected on that play, and I can't believe Connor didn't score. Oh, man. All right, so 2nd and goal from the 5. Now back to pass, and we're gonna be sacked again. Oh my goodness gracious, we cannot give up sacks like that. Cannot give up sacks like that. What do you think, Spencer, looking ahead a couple of plays? Are we kicking a field goal in this situation, or what do you think?
I don't think a field goal is really going to do anything for Union County, and our only touchdown was scored on a 4th and 13, so I think they're going to be going straight for the end zone on 4th down if it gets that far.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm not sure 21-9 is better than 21-6 at this point, but you know, to be within 2 touchdowns is worth something. But let's make that a moot point. 3:13 left in the 3rd quarter. We're trying to score here. We're deep in their territory. 3rd and goal from the 15. We're going to throw the ball to the end zone. We got a man. Jensen Goebel! No, incomplete. An outstanding diving catch. I don't know if he did not come up with the ball or whether he just wasn't in bounds. Did he catch it and didn't get a foot down, or did he drop the ball as he was landing? We just can't tell from this far away. Nonetheless, it is an incomplete pass. And Jensen Goebel is looking like Randy Moss out there.
I think he caught the ball, just didn't get a foot in bounds.
John Moon, who knows a lot about these things, says he's out of bounds. Oh, and a terrible snap. And now we're going to pick the ball up, and we're going to throw the ball high up toward the end zone, and it's going to be knocked up in the air and incomplete. We almost grabbed a deflection, but could not. We didn't get a good snap. Caden Tanner had to throw a wounded duck up in the air from running backward at the 30-yard line, and the Panthers are going to squander an opportunity.
This will bring up 1st down for Lumpkin.
And even though we came away with nothing in that situation, you do feel like we're back to an even footing with these guys. We just got to score the points to make it an even score.
Yeah, Lumpkin could very easily be up 28-6 right now. If that pass would have been picked off, it ended up in a Connor Shucknick almost 70-yard gain.
Wow, Connor had nothing but green grass in front of him, but one of their kids was able to wrestle him down at the 4-yard line, and we just kept moving backward from there. Goodness gracious. All right, they've got the ball at the 13-yard line, and now the quarterback, Scott, is going to keep it, and he's got running room. He's up over the 20, near the 23-yard line.
Walker with a beautiful stop.
Wilson Walker getting credit for the tackle that time for Union. Ball to the 24, and they're going to move the chains 1st and 10, Lumpkin. We're with under 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. We're down 21-6. Lost an opportunity to score there. Lumpkin County in no hurry at all on 1st and 10.
And Union County's been trying to punch the ball out all night on every run, and it's really just gotten Lumpkin a couple extra yards on each run because they haven't been successful so far, and the rain has pretty much died out.
All right, so now we're ready to play football with Connor Scott. Back there with Sullins. Snap. And before he's able to hand the ball off, there's a flag. I don't know if they ran a delay of game there. No, they jumped.
False start on Lumpkin County.
That'll knock it back 5 for Lumpkin County. We could use a little breathing room there. We did not expect Lumpkin County to be ahead heading to the fourth quarter. Of course, we really didn't know. You look at past rivalries and history and patterns and things like that, and you think you know what's going to go on, but you never really know. It's early in the season. Now Scott rolling out, looking for a man now, going to keep it up to the 20-yard line, and he did not make it to the first down marker or anywhere close.
Receivers were covered up for Lumpkin County.
And a nice job there,
Great job,
making his
excellent
range
job
up
with our
there is
defensive
Wilson
back.
Walker making the tackle, pushing out Scott. So 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13, as you say, Spencer, with the clock stopped at 1:48.
And I think the Panthers are going to have to bring some pressure because the cornerbacks really aren't the strong suit of this team. Everyone knows that, but their defensive line will get pressure. But now you see 2 deep safeties, which we didn't see at all in the first half.
Second down and 12. Shotgun snap. Quarterback going to keep it, going to sling it, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. Still running is Faulkner, and he's now going to make a move at the 40-yard line. And it looks like Griffin Young finally tackled him over the 40-42. I'll tell you who's not getting enough credit to the wide receivers for this Lumpkin County team. I mean, they're catching bullets, balls that don't look like they have any rotation on them whatsoever, and they're just not dropping them. I mean, they really have been an impressive wide receiving core, the Lumpkin County Indians.
And these throws by Cooper Scott just continue to impress me as well. I mean, just the sidearm arm angle, not a lot of quarterbacks would complete that pass, especially on a slant across the middle with people in coverage, but a couple of broken tackles for Faulkner, who's probably nearing 100 yards on the day receiving.
Ball at the 41 now of Union. Got to slow these guys down. Can we do it? 1st and 10. Now here's Sullins bouncing off, 45. Spins again up to the midfield. Tackled roughly by Sam Page, Lance Lane.
Griffin again. Young.
But a pretty good
Sam
run
Page also helped out with that
from Mason Sullins. Ball now at the 49, give him
tackle.
8.
And short for the Lumpkin Indians.
8.5, 9 yards on that play.
And Lumpkin just, of course, fine with milking as much clock as possible. They did that pretty successfully in the first half and still put up 21.
Just 20 seconds left in the third quarter, Spencer, as they try to convert a 2nd and 2. Long snap, long count. Sullins near first down marker. He probably got it. Just needed a couple. And they give it to him without even really looking. Ball at the 49 now of Union. And that's going to be, once they start the clock back up, that is going to be the final play of the third quarter. Nobody scored in that one. 21-6, Lumpkin County leading Union back for the final 12 minutes on WJRB 95.1 FM.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Bitter Creek Market and Deli, providing the best quality of meats in the area. Located between Young Harris and Blairsville.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Union County Farm Bureau, proud sponsor of Union County football and the Georgia High School Association. Union County Panther football broadcast brought to you by Carter Insurance and Investments in Blairsville, serving the area for over 30 years. Best of luck to the Panthers.
Thanks to our Purple community who stuck with us through a nearly 1 hour rain delay. We had the 20-minute halftime coming up, so it wasn't quite the delay it might have been in real time, but got going a little bit later to start the third quarter. Nobody scored in the third quarter, and now we start off the fourth with Lumpkin leading 21-6. Ball at the Union County 49, 1st and 10. And now they're going to give the ball to Sullins, who's tripped up at about the 45-yard line. Is that Sam Page making that play?
Or Seth Rutan.
Seth Rutan, thank you.
He's made a couple of pretty good tackles from the slot cornerback position that he's been playing today.
Every defensive possession is important at this point. We cannot let them score. It would be almost an impossibility to come back from 28-6 down based on the fact that our offense is just not able to convert in the red zone. We've had our opportunities. Spencer, we're just not making it happen. 2nd down now, and can't see the yard marker. Oh yeah, okay, 2nd down and 7. Lumpkin not in any hurry. And now Sullins again. He's twisting and turning. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Ball at the 42. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Was one of the ones who brought the
and Union has risen to the occasion on defense on 3rd down opportunities, 3rd down conversions. We really have done a nice job, I think.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Defensively against the run. It's been a long time since they've scored. Now 3rd down, big play. And the big kid is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And just as I implore the Union County defense to make another big play on 3rd down, they do it. And now that's going to bring up 4th.
It appears to be Rutan.
And I hate that spot.
Initial hit.
I really hate that spot. I thought we got him back closer to the 41-yard line, but they're going to put it on the 40. And now Lumpkin,
down and maybe
there's no, okay, now they're going to send out the special teams.
It appears
and with the 4th and 1 this close, I think Union County's really got to watch the fake here. Snap maybe to a tailback that's in right here or something, because 4th and 1 from near midfield, they're going to punt it.
I'd draw them off. I would absolutely draw them off if I could. All right, so Union County, of course, aware of that as well as we are and hoping not to jump. And they do punt it away. And there's nobody back there, and it is going to bounce. Oh my goodness, I don't think that got into the end zone. That ball is going to die at the half-yard line. Not a bad job by the Lumpkin punter. Got to give credit. That was truly outstanding.
That was a coffin kick. That is the best punt I think I've seen at the high school level ever. Literally at the half-yard line. I thought it was going to sail into the end zone, but this guy knows how to directionally punt. I guess they trusted him. I mean, from the 50-yard line, he somehow drops it in at the half-yard line.
Why are they? It doesn't look like they're starting. I guess they're going to say the ball went out of bounds, went over the top. Okay, so not as dire as we thought. It looks like they're. Where are they going to put it?
The 10.
Okay, yeah, all right. So the ball at the 10-yard line. We made this kid into an all-world punter, and he was just all North Georgia. 1st and 10 for Caden Tanner. Back there with Shooknuck. And now Tanner is rolling out, looking for something to happen, going to throw the ball, and it goes right through the hands of Connor.
Was intended for Shooknuck.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, and a good dump down there by Tanner that could have gained about 5 yards or so instead of throwing it away, but sails through the hands of the running back.
Ball is wet. And you can't fault Connor. He made the biggest catch of the night.
Yeah.
We would like to thank some more of our sponsors this evening.
And Goebel almost had an even bigger one, but just didn't get that foot in bounds. An acrobatic catch.
There were 2 catches by Jensen that were waved off. There was this one down on our right side, Spencer, ball about the 15-yard line. And Jensen Goebel.
2nd and 10 for the Panthers.
What a great year he's off to so far. Now a little end around. And we're going to come up to the line of scrimmage and bounce off and get a little bit more. Jensen Goebel to the 15-yard line.
And
is there a flag? Okay. All right, ball at the 15. I thought they whistled it dead as if they were going to stop the clock.
3rd down.
All right, so this is a big one. We're not probably in 4-down territory every time, but we're getting close to that, Spencer, as we're in 3rd down, and we'll call it 5.
Yeah, I think from here on out it's 4-down territory, just off the fact that Lumpkin can take off 6 minutes of the clock at will.
Yep, you're right. Well, we'll see if you're right. 3rd down. Can't take a sack here. Going to throw the ball, and it's going to be caught and dropped. And Connor dropped another one at the 15.
Just couldn't pull it down.
Yeah, and that one most likely would have been a 1st down. He had a little bit of space along the sideline.
It appears special teams is walking on
And
the
it looks
field.
like Coach Perry is not going to take a chance that we might give them the ball back
While we're waiting on our
at the
special teams
15-yard
setup,
line.
Once again, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors.
We're going to need another really good
Kinetic
punt
by
out of Wilson
Windstream,
Walker, which we saw in week 1.
Harmony
He had a
Grove,
couple of good punts. He's going to need another
Bellevue,
50-yarder here for this to be worth punting here.
Andrews a winner over East Henderson, 46-14. Anxious to hear what Towns County has
Wilson
done
Walker
in
back
their
to kick.
second ball game of the year. They were up 16-0. And now the ball goes to the hands of Wilson Walker, who's going to punt it, and he's going to get it away, but it won't be much. And it will bounce at the 20-yard line, and that will end up being, what, maybe a 9-yard punt? I think, well, no, about a, you know, not much more than 10 yards. Ball went through Wilson's hands. It's wet. It's awfully wet. And it was a good snap. So we went back to the end zone to get it. Had a couple of kids right on him, and he was lucky to get it away. That ball was that play had safety or touchdown written all over it.
Start off with the ball.
Luckily, Wilson got a pretty decent bounce right back to him, but it's basically the same spot as if they would have gone for it and not gotten it, but hindsight's 20/20.
Well, we've still got 8.5 minutes to go.
8:34 on the
Lumpkin with a 15-point lead and the football deep in our territory. Quarterback, and he's going to throw the ball, and this little slant doesn't work out this time.
Pass intended for
Going to be incomplete. Coverage on the play from Nolan Thompson, our defensive back.
From the 24.
And Union County cornerbacks are getting beat pretty heavily on inside leverages by these Lumpkin County receivers. I mean, most of the passes completed have been slants. They haven't been able to guard the inside of the field.
2nd and 10 now. Clock stopped at 8.5. And play blown dead. Maybe trying to get a dry football out there. Ball at the 24-yard line. Lumpkin working with 3 more downs. 2nd and 10. Quarterback Scott looks over. Shotgun snap. He's going to keep it, little option, and there's a fumble, but he falls back on it.
Well.
What in the world was that play from Lumpkin County? Kind of a dangerous little option. It's the first time we've seen that. We came into this game thinking there was going to be some kind of triple option offense, and it's been a straight up spread offense the entire time. And that time they did go for an option, and in the wet, in the open field. I'm sure the Lumpkin coach is like, we will not try that one again.
Yeah, it's been a complete aerial attack for Cooper Scott.
Make some noise for this defensive unit out there.
Union County's going to have to crank up the pressure here because the turnover is what they need if they want to stay in this game. Under 8 minutes.
So here we go, 3rd down, Panther fans. We got to keep him out of in front of the 14-yard line. Quarterback scrambling. He's got a block. He's going to throw the ball across, and he's got a man who catches the ball on his knees at the 4. And that kid, Scott, just throws balls like they're BBs. I mean, they're just aspirin tablets. They're so small and fast.
Bring the ball
He's
down.
getting it in there. I feel like I'm watching Brett Favre, and I don't know how these receivers are holding on to this in this. I mean, the ball's of course wet, even though it's not raining anymore. And these receivers are
That's
making
about the
some
best
great
comparison
catches.
I can think of in the pros as far, because he's got that little snap-off type motion as you speak about, and he just doesn't miss. And the wide receivers are equally good.
Yeah, Cooper Scott is a flame-throwing quarterback.
I hope we don't see anybody better than him this year. All right, so the ball at the 4, 1st and goal. And Lumpkin getting ready to throw a little dirt in our face here, coffin style. Clock moving at 7:13. Time is their friend and our enemy late in this ball game. Now a snap, keeping it himself. Looking for a couple of yards, middle of the line. It's going to keep him from moving too much further. David Heredia.
Looks like Heredia was one of the ones.
And the thing with Lumpkin County here is they probably don't even want to score quickly, so they're just they'll be content with going down, not even trying to break any tackles. Just be safe, hold on to the football, and try and milk as much clock as possible, because they have done a great job of that in this game, and they're continuing to do it in the second half.
6.5 left in the football game as Lumpkin taking every second off the clock that they can. Why not? They've got a 15-point lead and the football midway through the fourth quarter. Now going to give the ball to the up back, and he's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line. And is that Ashcraft again? I believe it is.
Ashcraft brings up a very crucial stop. Looks about like the 2-yard line.
Third down and goal from the 2, and as you say, this is exactly how their coaching staff wants it. Just keep the ball in the middle of the field, don't do anything stupid, and then maybe on third down, punch it in.
Yeah, and if Lumpkin County wants to be a little bit crazy here, the Panthers cornerbacks are playing inside. They could run a fade to number 2, who's been a really good receiver / safety in this game, Harper Davenport.
I bet you a nickel they don't. I think they're going to run it off tackle here and try to squirt in. Third and goal, give it up the middle, and we're going to stop him before he hits the goal line.
Beautiful stop out of
Heredia, Wilson Walker.
Heredia, Wilson Walker.
Ashcraft again, and also coming up is 28 to Helton. So now we've got 4th and goal, and they've only moved the ball 3 yards, and just like against Fannin County last week, it's the middle surge that has been our biggest asset. We have really not let kids run up the middle on us. They've made their plays through the air or on the outside.
Yeah, Elijah Haynes has done a great job anchoring down this Panthers defense along the nose tackle.
Boys on the line.
And just the complete defensive line is playing really good for Union.
All right, let's stop him here on 4th down. Panthers, and running into the end zone is Scott for the score.
Touchdown Lumpkin.
So with 4:44 left in the football game, it's going to be 27-6 with the PAT pending. And this one, Spencer, looks like it got away from us.
Yeah, and Cooper Scott was the
Today's
culprit the entire game. I mean, this guy is having one of the best games I've seen as a quarterback. Just in terms of his ability to make the plays, he hasn't made any mistakes. He's milked down the clock all the way down to 4:40 left in the fourth.
Lumpkin special teams have been pretty good tonight. And here is their 4th PAT attempt, and it is true down the middle.
Kick is up.
Like I said, 4:44
good.
left in the football game. It's
28-6.
28-6. Lumpkin back with 60 seconds on WJRB, the voice of the Panthers.
Broadcasts of Union County Panther football brought to you by Union County Farm Bureau, proud sponsor of Union County football, and the Georgia High School Association.
Blue Ridge has a new surgical office that you can count on and trust. Union General Surgical Associates. Board-certified general surgeon Dr. Clifford Thompson has joined Union General Surgical Associates and brings over 30 years of medical experience, along with a passion and commitment for helping his patients. The office is located at 21 Kimberly Lane, Suite A in Blue Ridge. For questions or to book an appointment, please call 706-946-1910.
Union County Panther football broadcast brought to you by Carter Insurance and Investments in Blairsville. Serving the area for over 30 years. Best of luck to the Panthers. Union County football is brought to you by Joyce S. Kim, DMD. Providing family and cosmetic dentistry to the Blairsville area. Best of luck, Purple Swarm.
Thanks, Panther fans, for sticking with us now. And Lumpkin is going to pooch one down the middle. We'll take it at the 34, 35-yard line and be hit hard, short of the 40. And that's where Caden Tanner and the offense will try to make up a 22-point deficit in 4 minutes and 39 seconds. I want to thank Garland Johnson for his long work today. Garland would otherwise be out in downtown Hayesville making the scene.
Here's Union County offense will start
but instead he decided to kind of reel it in and
with 4:39 on the
do some actual work on a Friday night.
Plenty of time to score.
Appreciate that, Garland. Ball at the 38. Caden Tanner out there trying to get us back in this. Man in motion is Jensen Goebel, who's had a great night, just a great night. Now we're going to throw the ball near side, and it's going to be caught up over the 45 and out of the 50.
He's still up on his feet. He's over
and
the 50
pushed out of bounds.
He's pushed out of bounds.
And that's Tyler Grasty looking for a 15 on the sideline. Didn't get one. That was Tyler.
And Grassley, I really like what I've seen out of him at the tight end role that Union County really didn't have for so many years under Brian Allison. But Coach Perry brings it in, and Grassley's done a great job blocking. He made a 45-yard catch last week. This guy's been really good through the first 2 weeks for Union.
You know, you're right. I don't believe that we ever had a tight end in all the Brian Allison years.
Never.
Everybody was split out.
The only one close to it was Austin Petit.
Austin Petit, the sure hands of Austin Petit. I remember Austin. He was a good player for us. All right, so first down for Panthers. We're back in the Lumpkin side of the field. It's not like we haven't put up nice offensive stats. We have. I mean, they're going to look good in the newspaper on Wednesday. We've moved the ball up and down the field. We just haven't scored a whole lot. It's Tanner back there. Tanner's played a good game. He's had some bad snaps to have to deal with. And now they're going to rush him. And he's going to come around this side, look for something to do. Going to throw the ball, and it's going to be Grasty, incomplete. And how was there not a pass interference on that? I mean, Tyler Grasty was jumped on WWE style.
2 seconds before the ball even got there.
2 seconds before the ball got there.
This will bring up.
I mean, the kid was on his back on a joyride, and somehow they missed that, and it was right in front of their face. There needs to be a federal investigation. Ball at the 49, allowed incompletion at 2nd and 10. Not that the Union County fans were happy to begin with, but they're really howling now. Ball stopped at 4:17. Now Tanner's going to throw the ball deep. It's a long bomb, and he's got a man, and it's going to be caught, but out of bounds.
But he is unfortunately out of bounds.
Griff Young, would appear, would be the intended receiver.
Griffin Young.
And he was about 5 yards ahead of his cornerback, Spencer, but you know, the ball thrown where he just could not get that 1 foot in. I'm impressed with the way that we're catching the ball over our shoulders. I mean, those are not typical high school catches in my mind. I mean, we are really, I love our wide receiving core as much as I love anything I've seen in the first 2 games.
And I like Caden Tanner a lot. I mean, that pass was a little bit too far to the outside, but this kid's got a really good arm, and that was about a 40-yard pass, just a bit off.
All right, so Caden has rushed again, and now we're going to catch the ball with the Raider. And he's going to be somersaulted out of bounds about the 40-yard line. He'll be short of the first down.
A little short of first down. Excellent pass.
Well, maybe not. The ball's marked at the, okay, we're going to call that a first down.
Let's go, Panthers.
Nice catch there by Braylon Raider, and he flipped over to get the first down.
Yeah,
right there.
I guess he did.
Taken out.
I guess his knee was not taken down until he flew to the 39, because he was certainly hit before that, but you're right. All right, so we're under 4 minutes now with the clock stopped and now resumed after the ball is set. And looking back at the sideline is Caden. We can't spend too much time looking for plays. We've got to get going here.
But he needs to bring it in.
Back there with Braylon. Long delay here, long delay. And now back to pass, and he's going to be blitzed, and Lumpkin County is going to sack him back at their 48-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about 10. About 10.
Yeah, Union County right now running out of time, but good news going into next week versus Towns County is Alex Godina as the starting center's right back out there for the final drive.
Fannin County is now 0-2, falling to Gilmer 49-35, and all of a sudden our victory last week doesn't look quite as good. Gilmer is a program that's back up again. I can say freely that the Gilmer team of 2017 was the worst team I'd ever seen in my life, but they are back and playing good football again. And they have beaten the Rebels, who are having a much different looking 2022 than compared to the previous 2 years. And now we're going to throw the ball, and it's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
And I think they're going to call, I think I saw a flag fly maybe along the sideline. That looked like a late hit on Caden Tanner right there.
Not seeing the flag. Maybe it's just those new pants that Union has.
Yeah. No, he did throw one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
But Caden Tanner right there, I mean, a lot of the times he's near the sidelines, he won't throw the ball away. So he does run the risk of getting hit along the sidelines whenever he really shouldn't be taking an extra hit.
It's tough to keep a guy from smacking a guy like that that's throwing the ball at the last possible second. And maybe they're talking about that right now. You know, the good news is that if you're heading home, it's not raining. I mean, we were. Okay, so now we got a personal foul, and we'll get 15 out of that. I mean, we had flash flood type rain an hour ago, and it has moved right on through. It's probably Rabun County's problem by this point.
Foul on that last play, and we are moving the ball up.
34-yard line, 1st and 10, 2:39 left in the football game.
Should be 1st and 10.
We trail it 28-6.
For the Panthers.
We did not know coming into this game, Spencer, kind of where we were stacked up against Lumpkin, but we're seeing that the Indians are a much better football team than when we last left them back in 2017.
Timeout.
Now Lumpkin's going to call a timeout. I guess they consider it a badge of honor to keep us from scoring.
My bad. It does not give us 1st down. We're still at 3rd on the marker. During this timeout, I want to bring up.
I feel like Union County's offense has played better than the 6 points on the scoreboard. Just we've gotten into the red zone a couple of times, a couple of bad snaps, a couple of sacks that they shouldn't have taken. Took us out of scoring range, and then some 4th downs on another bad snap on the last 4th down in the red zone. So Union County here hopefully putting up a little bit more points on this final drive. The stats, like you said, though, will look pretty good.
Okay, note to Garland Johnson, you got to hit the stop on the playlist, kid. Make sure deck 7. Having a hard time getting resituated here for whatever reason. I mean, if you throw in the hour rain delay, it really was a pretty short game. I mean, if we'd be at 9:30 right now. All right, here we go. With Caden Tanner, design keeper, 35, coming around the corner, pushed out of bounds, a little short of the 30.
Running the ball for Panthers.
I remember a game against Putnam County. It took us 1:15 to play the first quarter.
Yeah, this game, no trouble taking the time off with this Lumpkin County offense. I mean, they took off the most time I've ever seen a team take off. And they still hung up 28 points, so it's not like they were just milking the clock the entire time. They were moving.
Call Garland and tell him to hit the stop button, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
All right, we're back to action now.
Did not get that 1st down.
That stop button is your friend.
Start 2:25 on the clock.
2:25 left.
About the 30-yard line.
And in that time, we gave up the ball on downs. And now Lumpkin will be content to run out the clock, presumably, as they start off from their 31. Lumpkin offense coming back on the field. I don't know if Scott is going to finish out the ball game. Looks like he is. Still a few Union County fans here encouraging and yelling for their guys. Not as many as 2 hours ago. We're having a heck of a time getting this game going. Now we've got a delay of game against Lumpkin that'll back them up 5 yards. Hayesville, the Yellow Jackets are a winner, 21-14 tonight. Congratulations to Chad McClure and his team right over the line. Hayesville's now 2-0 after beating Towns County last week.
Wow. What was the final score of the Hayesville-Towns County game?
That was 13-12 last week. Quarterback keeper was Scott. We're going to drop him for a 2 or 3 yard loss behind the line of scrimmage, of course. David Heredia, Gage Barnes.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like Heredia and Rutan.
Seth Rutan. Now at 2 minutes left in the football game. Union County has at least 2 of its timeouts left. Doesn't look like Michael Perry is going to try to prolong this. Long count, Give the ball to Sullins. He's been a busy guy tonight. He makes a guy miss. And Gage Barnes is going to tackle him solo at the 26-yard line.
And cleaned up by Barnes.
I think the takeaway tonight for me is who is Union County? I mean, are they the week 1 Union County Panthers? Or are they week 2? Was Fannin County not as good as advertised? Is Lumpkin County going to be the class of mountain football? I mean, there's still a lot of question marks tonight. And this game doesn't mean anything to playoff implications. These are non-region games. These are bragging rights games. These are games where your team builds confidence. You go 2-0 after beating a couple of your rivals and you're feeling pretty good. But we're off to Towns County next week. And Towns County is a program that was DOA, I'm going to say 3 years ago. And now they are back to playing competitive football under Jason Rockmore. I don't know that it's going to be a beatdown next week. I think Towns will give us a ball game at least for a half. That's what I'm anticipating next week. We're going to dress out more kids. We're going to be bigger. We're going to be stronger. We're going to be faster. But I do think that Towns can play with us for a little while, and then we'll probably break away in the second half.
Yeah, and I think the Lumpkin County offense really shocked Union County. I feel like they thought what I thought. I thought they were going to be running triple option most of the game like they did last week, but I think they really did use Riverside Military Academy as kind of like a look-away game or something. To like
fake out.
Yeah, just completely different of what we expected. I mean, Cooper Scott threw for probably around 200 yards. He ran for 50. I mean, this guy won him the football game.
Cooper Scott is a darn good football player. He played a great game and showed us a lot.
And Union County's offense was moving. I think they just stalled out a lot like we saw last week. They would get to midfield, stall out. This week they'd get a little bit closer to around to the 30-yard line. They'd stall out, and then I really just think it comes down to Cooper Scott in this game.
Had some pretty good wide receivers, too. Those guys didn't drop much of anything. Matter of fact, I don't remember any drops all night. You got to give the Lumpkin offense an A for execution tonight. 48 seconds left. We're playing out the ball game here. And up the middle they go with Sullins again. That kid has really carried the mail tonight up to the 34-yard line. Short of a first down. Clock stopped.
Looks like we had Page, Rutan, and
don't know why.
I think Union called a timeout here.
Union called a timeout. Maybe they're trying to get some kids. I don't know what the idea would be here other than maybe to get a kid a couple snaps. I don't know. They don't look like they're shuffling in any other kids. What do we got here? We got fourth down. I guess Michael Perry understandably wants to get the ball back with a couple seconds left and fling one down there. Why not?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, Caden Tanner's made some really good deep throws this season through the first 2 weeks. A couple of them just a little bit off, a couple of them dropped, and a couple just a little bit too far as well. But Tanner's looked pretty good in this game. I just think the offense stalling out was the problem, and then those first 2 drives were turnovers for Union County.
Yeah, that was the ball game right there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the ball game in the first half. We threw an interception, then we had a ball yanked right out of our hands. Those are the 2 turnovers, and aside from that, this is an even ball game. But that's a big if. 39 seconds left. They're going to punt the ball away. They're going to squib it. And the ball is going to go out of bounds at the 37. And Union will have a couple of shots, I guess, at the end zone. I guess that's what we're going for here.
29
yeah, all the regular starters are still on the field right now. I don't think they're trying out anybody new. These are all the guys that started this game off, including the running back. Tanner's still out there.
Too bad the band didn't get in their performance at halftime. It's one of the highlights of the game to seeing the band come out. I mean, they're great. 38-yard line. Gonna throw a little bubble screen, and he's going to get smashed. The receiver at the 33-yard line.
That was Zach Taylor.
That's Zach Taylor who caught our touchdown tonight.
And of course, Lumpkin County is going to be in man up 3 deep here, just not allowing anything over the top. So I guess they just wanted to extend the game to run one more dump off or so.
I guess we're going to get this last snap in at 4, 3, 2, 1, and I think that's the ball game. We're not going to snap it. And Lumpkin County, the Indians have come to Blairsville and beaten our Panthers 28-6. That drops us to 1-1 and improves Lumpkin County to 2-0. Before we sign off, Spencer, final thoughts and observations.
I think the Union County defense played it pretty well. I mean, we knew going into the game the secondary was going to be the weak point, and you see Lumpkin County. I mean, Lumpkin County's receivers were great. Cooper Scott, like we've said all night, was amazing for Lumpkin County, and they win because of Cooper Scott and their receiving core. Union County's offense moved a little bit, but just not when it counted.
Thanks to John Moon. He's always a great resource when it comes to kind of helping out our broadcast. And, of course, he does a great job with Ridgeline TV. You can watch a copy of this game tomorrow, a digital copy on YouTube or at ridgelinetv.net. We have enjoyed being your radio broadcasters tonight for Union County football. And we'll be back here again at 7:06 next Friday night up in Hiawassee, just up the road, as the Indians host our Panthers. Until then, we hope that you have a great week, and we return you now to normal programming. Have a great night.